Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Golden Ricketts, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am well. You've made my night. Before we get started, please go ahead and big up the greatest parish in Jamaica.
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm gonna big up St. Thomas because I was born there, and I'm also gonna big up St. Andrew because I grew up there.
I love that. I'll take that. 14.94 games record. You weren't playing about tonight, were you?
No, I definitely knew that the girls were coming out here to fight, so I had to bring my A game and war them.
What got you going? Was it the cold or was it something else?
It's the cold. I like competing in the cold for some strange reason, but then after the first jump, I feel like it got even colder, and then the breeze started changing. So, yeah, I don't know.
What next? What's next for you in terms of achievement? Because this is your greatest career medal, isn't it?
Yes. Apart from the World Championships, yes, this is my first gold. So what's next? I have the Monaco Diamond League next week, and I'm also going to be participating at the Knockout Championships in Bahamas.
Amazing stuff. And how does it feel to inspire the little kids in St. Thomas? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them with their eyes gripped to the screen saying, I want to be like Golden Ricketts.
Yes, definitely. I hope to be an inspiration to them. I hope they see themselves in me. If them foot long, them can try the triple jump. You know, if them slim, them can try the triple jump or even high jump.
What if them have short foot?
If them have short foot, then can try to cast about foot short too.
Amazing. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
No, I didn't sound all right. I was on mute. Sorry about that, guys. Let's try that again. My Tala was good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you're based in the world. Let me know how you guys are doing down in the comment section. Also, let me know how I'm sounding audio wise. I think I sound all right, judging by my headphones. Quality sounds about right. If you're unable to hear me, then let me know and I'll go ahead and do some tweakings. I haven't done a live stream for you guys in a while, in a couple of days actually, and I've been summoned. I was summoned by a few of you in the DMs and also on my WhatsApp as well. Apparently, you guys want a live stream, so here you have it. Here is your live stream. So I'm expecting to hear from some of you. Not going to call no names, but I am expecting to hear from some of you because I'm here to deliver at your request, at your calling. The headline read for itself, doesn't it? Reggae Girlz Road to Australia and New Zealand. And I want to hear you guys have your say, be it in the comment section or on the phone, or if you want to jump on the live stream and sit alongside myself, then you are more than welcome to do so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link to the live stream in the comment section, and you guys can come and join me. And yeah, we can have a little chat about the journey to Australia and New Zealand. I think we've started it off right, guys, and long may it continue. I'm hoping to see at least 2 games per international break. I think we have an international break coming up in October, followed by November as well. So should have 2 more international breaks coming up before the end of the year. So yeah, would love to see at least 4 countries there tied down for us to play against. And it'd be great to see the girls compete on home soil. So it'd be nice to see them get back to playing at the office in Jamaica. So there you have it, guys. I've gone ahead and I have dropped the link to tonight's live stream in the comment section. You know I don't ask for much. So if you are coming on, please keep it clean. Please be respectful to myself and the guys in the comment section, and also to the players and the backroom staff and JFF as well. Yes, JFF as well. So keep it clean, be respectful, and yeah, just give me a call. I'm not going to be asking you any pressing question. I kind of feel like some of you want to call in or come on the live stream, but you're probably hesitant thinking I'm going to be asking you pressing questions. I won't. I don't think that's usually my style. If I do, then clearly that's something I need to tweak, but I don't think I do. Right, let's see. Of course, the guys who are always at the front door. Love to see it. Good day, Fresh. How are you? How you doing? Mr. Scott, how are you? How you doing? Fresh always have the right message. Go ahead and do as it says right in front of you people. Touch that like button as soon as you reach in. Also consider subscribing to the channel. I could not have said it any better. Definitely do what's in front of you guys, all right? Mr. Reed, how you doing? Good evening. You always sound Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you. I should probably take a screenshot of your comment and place it somewhere in my room, perhaps something. Maybe next to my degree. I've got my degree hung up on the wall. Sometimes I take a quick little glance at it. So maybe I could screenshot a couple of your comments and place it next to my university graduation pic. Give me something to smile about now and again. So, guys, I'm well and truly into my Friday, and my time is currently saying 10 past 1 a.m. So, I'm one step closer to the weekend. Happy Friday to those of you who are hours ahead of the guys there in Jamaica and across the pond. Hope that you're all in good health, and I hope that you all have a lovely weekend when it comes. Finally home and in bed. Thank God you've made it home safe and sound. Happy to hear. Hope the coach. Mr. Scott, I agree with you on that. Netherlands or Spain, yeah. I think it's about time they come to England. I don't know what's the hold up. Maybe I need to ask Lauren Donaldson myself. What is the hold up? If anyone can clip this and send it to Mr. Lauren Donaldson and the JFF, ask them what's the hold up, guys. Long overdue. We're starved in terms of not being able to see England take on Jamaica. In the UK, of course, because I want to be able to travel to that match. Bit of a selfish request, but it is what it is. We've not been able to see that in any capacity, be on the men's side of things or on the women's side of things. So I am starved and I want to see it happen for the women's football. So hopefully someone at JFF, hopefully you guys can work a magic and that would be a magical fixture. I know you will get a high turnout for that for both the Reggae Girls and the Lionesses. So hopefully JFF, someone knock on the JFF door and make that request. Or better yet, I'll probably do the asking myself. Miss Panton. Guys, Sabrina has promised to give us a phone in tonight. Matter of fact, it's because of Sabrina and also Rochelle as well. They've actually asked about me doing live streams in the last couple of days. So you have those two ladies to thank, which is why I've dragged myself onto a live stream. So Sabrina did say she's going to phone in, guys. So let's see if she's a woman of her words or is she a little bit like JFF? I don't know, make of that what you will. Good day, Mr. Garvey. You know I'm going to be asking you, where's the gang? Where is the gang? Keep seeing you coming here by yourself. Don't tell me that they're not a fan of the show. I'll be disappointed. Thank you. Good evening. What's on the dinner menu? Good night to everyone, to the rest of you. I see you're in. Yes. Thank you. You know I had to. Let's go ahead. You should be able to see it, right? Probably can't see the badge. It's probably a good thing. I know I've got a couple Man United and Man City fans in the comment section, so you probably don't want to see the the Arsenal badge, but it does work well with the theme of the channel. You can see my bruised banana kit over there. That's the Arsenal bruised banana kit. So yes, it feels good to be in proper colors. This is what proper colors look like, guys. Let me go ahead. Mr. Garvey, sorry for a second. I'm going to remove your comment. I'm also going to remove my banner because you guys are not used to seeing proper colors there. Those of you who support your Man U and your Chelseas and all those other clubs, definitely Tottenham. You're not used to seeing proper colors. This is what proper colors look like, all right? With the badge right where it belongs in the perfect colors. Doesn't really get much better than this or until January when we finally get to catch a glimpse of the Jamaica football jersey, which we know now will be created by Adidas. Adidas are our new kit providers, guys, come the new year. So should actually be better than what I've got on. and I'm going to be standing by that. But this is an absolutely stunning jersey. I'm going to be standing. But this is just a warm-up jersey. So if you can't create a home and away jersey that's better than a warm-up jersey, then surely we need to be having a word or two with Adidas and JFF, right? But I'm gonna stand by my guns and say that our away and home kit, the whole package actually should be better than what I have on right now. And if not, then oh well, I have the best of both worlds. Don't let the Arsenal badge stop some of you from buying this jersey, by the way. Demo, I know Demo is a Liverpool fan and he made his order. So if a Liverpool fan can make their order, surely the rest of you can fall in line. England women's team have them friendly matches booked out already. I'm just talking about for the future, Mr. Scott. I'm talking about for the future. Most certainly, whilst we have this current crop of Reggae Girlz, right? So that's what I was referring to. Apologies if I got you guys confused there. Sabrina says, buy one of the... Am I reading this right, guys? She's a Man United fan, by the way, just so we're all clear. Are you saying that you want this jersey that I'm wearing? Is that what you're saying with the Arsenal badge? No, you're trying to be a little bit slick because you couldn't see the Arsenal badge, so you might say I didn't see it. I want you all to see it. It has the Arsenal badge. So are you saying that you want it with the Arsenal badge, Sabrina? We can make that happen. I love when they show their true colors, guys. So you see right in black and white, Sabrina said she's going to call in. And my line is up and running. And in case you guys want to phone in, this show is actually all about you guys. It's not really about me talking at you. Hopefully not, because that wasn't part of the plan. It is actually strictly about you guys. I want to hear from you guys. I'm tired of listening to myself, which is why sometimes I don't give you guys a live stream, because I feel like I've said more than enough. So I want to hear from you guys. I want you all to phone in. Let me know your thoughts and your feelings from the past to the present. Some of you, this would have been the first time that you've seen your country qualify for a World Cup of any sort. In terms of where our football team is concerned, right? I'm pretty sure most of you, based on the demographics of my subscribers, quite a few of you don't have no memory of World Cup 1998, right? So on the topic of football and played at a senior level, this would have been the first time that a lot of you would have seen your country qualify for a World Cup, with the exception of the 2018 qualification. Good day. How are you? What's on the dinner menu, guys? Let me know what's on your dinner menu. Getting my nephews to take a bath and the kids quiet then. Cool. All right. Well, Miss Panton, I'm not closing the live stream until you call in. Mind you, it is almost 12 in the UK. So I'm not going to close off until you call in, because I do actually want to hear what you have to say. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I love... I thought I made a mistake reading that. I love your honesty. A man who calls himself Marcus Messiah Garvey. That's a man that you can trust. I agree. It is a lovely looking kid. Mr. Evans, good day. How are you? JT, how you been? You seem like you've been a busy man. How's things in your neck of the woods? I know we're on the same time zone. I want to bite, but the Arsenal. Pretend it's not there. Scribble it out if you have to. I'm glad I'm in this position, actually. It feels great to be an Arsenal fan. Beautiful shirt, and it just blends in with my background, guys. It blends in with my backdrop. I have nothing to complain about. I've told you guys already that I usually buy jerseys and I don't usually wear them. Don't ask me why I do that, but I don't wear jerseys often. I just buy them for collection purpose, especially when they start to get a little bit older and they start to have that retro feeling. I like retro jerseys, so that's one of my main reasons for buying it. I couldn't find my size in the original bruised banana jersey, hence me having to buy this jersey here again by Adidas, inspired by the original Bruise Banana jersey, right? So finally I have a Bruise Banana. I also want a JVC, but those prices, I'm priced out with Arsenal and JVC. I love the JVC jerseys, but I'm absolutely priced. If I have buy a JVC jersey, I probably have to eat my thoughts for the rest of the year, because that will make me broke, guys. So right now I can't even think about a JVC jersey. So I'm just gonna work with what I've got. This is beautiful. Sabrina says this. All right, all right, all right. I'll see what's possible. I'll see what's possible, Miss Panton. Hot chili. Good evening, good day, sir. I was a baby. So was I. But I have no memory. Here's what we're going to do. Gonna stick a pin in it quickly, guys. Gonna bring out one of the originals. I had to get down on my knees and beg for him to show his face today. Actually, I even said, well, you don't have to show your face. You can phone in. And I'm actually surprised it's gone with the option that I least expected. You should be more than familiar with Mr. Richard Stevens. And if you aren't familiar with his face, get familiar with it, because he's part of the furniture, although it's not old furniture. It's brand new furniture over here. It's part of the furniture on the platform. So let's see if we can see where Mr. Stevens is. Mr. Stevens, sir, how are you?
Good evening, Crystal. How are you doing? I am well. Can you hear me loud and clear? That's the first question.
You look more than well. Who is that gentleman there in the background?
Oh, that gentleman. He's laughing. That is a taste of Jamaica, an additional sweet taste from Jamaica by way of my wonderful father-in-law, who is over
Father-in-law?
on
I thought it was
holiday.
a brother. Oh, wow. The black really isn't cracking in your house, is it?
Hey, Crystal.
Well.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I thought it was your brother. He looks in good form. What's his secret?
Blessings.
Okay. I'm
Prayer.
not going to challenge that. Amen to that.
I think, sir, hello. She thought you were my brother. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm older than that.
Hey, he says he's older than that, with a smile,
really
a twinkle in the eye.
He looks well. Long may it continue.
Amen to that. And long may you continue. Good night, Talawa TV viewers and subscribers. If you haven't hit the like button, please proceed to do so gently and quietly, as the midnight hour has passed in London, England. Wherever you are, hit that like button.
Let me give good evening to you guys there. Good evening.
Viva Reggae Girlz. Viva.
There's a slight delay on your end, Richard, but I'll work with it. I'll just pause whenever necessary. Hot Chili, Blair Video, all of you guys in the comment section. I'll big up yourself, Theo as well. I can see you guys' comments. Back over to you, Mr. Stevens. I know you're relatively new-ish to the Reggae Girlz, and this obviously would have been your first time seeing your country, your rightful country. Obviously you was born in the wrong country, your rightful country, where the female sides are concerned, qualify for a World Cup. So how did that moment feel?
Well, if you're referring, as my elder brother passes by looking for the limelight, if you're referring to the back-to-back appearance of the Reggae Girlz, soon to be in Australia and New Zealand, is that what you're referring to, Crystal?
No, I'm referring to this one, because you don't recall, or maybe you do recall the 2018 qualification. Did you take note of that, or was this your first glimpse of them?
That's a good question. I was not fully attentive to the last tournament in France.
So this would have been your first time seeing them qualify then. So yeah,
without question or hesitation.
Like,
Absolutely, absolutely. Following the journey, it has been a pleasure, and indeed, yes, it's been some journey, ups and downs, but fortunately, plenty of ups, and it's been wonderful. So it's the icing on the cake, one could say, to see them, God willing, inshallah, in Australia and New Zealand uh, next year. But in the meantime, we need to make sure that the journey continues with good planning, good preparation, and the less drama, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Less drama. What was your highlight of the qualifiers?
Oh, that's a great question, Crystal. You're a fountain of wisdom, aren't you? A fountain of quality questions. I love that. Succinct, clear, and to the point. What was my highlight? Well, I'll tell you one of the moments that stood out was that battle when it came down to the wire against the Dominican Republic, when there were some naysayers who were suggesting that Jamaica had not done themselves in any favors. They had not defeated teams by wider margins. We were asking questions led by or managed by, coached by Vin Blaine at the time. But in spite of it all, in spite of the quality that was shown by the Reggae Girlz and the comprehensive victories, comparing them to the Dominican Republic, who had booming wings against the like of, I think it was the Cayman Islands, and we had to encounter Grenada as well. It came down to the wire, and it was mano a mano against the Dominican Republic. And I believe it was a 4-0 victory that we came through with. And I thought that was one of the moments where the Reggae Girlz showed focus and concentration and no little class in taking care of a competent, good Dominican Republic team who had aspirations themselves to reach the World Cup and the latter stages of qualification. So that was one of my favorite moments.
I like that. Miss Brown, good evening to yourself. How are you? How you doing? What's on your dinner menu? You guys haven't told me what's on your dinner menu yet. I know you guys eat well. So please share your dinner menu as per usual with myself and also Mr. Stevens as well. And in case you guys haven't seen my previously uploaded videos there of our captain Khadija Bunny Shaw and also of the gaffer Lauren Donaldson, and they both did a short recap of the South Korea practice match and the international friendly. So 2 games played against South Korea over the last couple of days, 1 a friendly and 1 practice game, which was played behind closed doors. I'm going to give you guys another chance to listen to both Bunny Shaw and also Lon Donaldson, and then we're going to get back into the conversation. In the meantime, if you want to phone in, please do go ahead and get dial in via WhatsApp with the number on the screen. So please do enter it into your WhatsApp as it says. So the +44 followed by the remaining digits. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and play those videos.
I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
All right, so we have here Bunny Shaw, captain of the Reggae Girlz, and she'll give her views on the Too Much tour of South Korea. Bunny, let's hear what are your thoughts on our tour of South Korea.
I mean, I think the overall camp was good. I mean, the coach in the beginning said that he wanted to use this opportunity to, see other players, find an identity, find a style of play, especially now that, it's early times towards the World Cup. So I think just, coming out here, playing against a different style, playing against a team that loves the ball, help us to know that, okay, sometimes we're going to suffer in different games, and when we're suffering, it gives us an idea of how, we can approach a game. So I just think overall having, coming here and playing against Korea, quality team that, loves possession and keeps the ball well, I think it helps us moving forward to then know, what to do when we've come up against situations like this.
And as the coach plans the journey forward? How do you look forward to the next window? What would you like to see?
For me, just keep building, building on, the lessons that we've taken from, this game and even, the tournament in general where we qualified for the World Cup. So, you keep growing and you keep evolving and, learn from the mistakes that has happened previously and, moving forward, try to not let them happen again. So I think in the next coming camps, the October and November window, I think those are the camps that we could, then test ourselves to see if, we've actually learned from our mistakes.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Right, so talking with Reggae Girlz head coach Lon Donaldson as he gives a recap of the two-match tour of South Korea and look forward to the upcoming windows.
Well, I mean, it's we should have scored a couple goals today, but that's football. So, but just looking at what we came into, okay, you can call it the Korean tsunami. It's good level, some good football. I thought the group we started out today, a very inexperienced group too. Not a lot of full-time games under their belt, and we gave up I would say a couple of mental goals. So just not physical stuff, but mentally, appealing for a handball, and then the girl hit a great shot, and so. But I think second half we came back and we actually played some good stuff. We switched the formation into a 4-4-2. So some of the stuff we said we wanted to try and look at, okay, at this level, I think it's good. Playing top level team and switching out, and we're right with them. Okay, hopefully, I thought defensively we were really good because the goals that were scored were set piece and one from about 40-yard great shot, and first game was so we didn't give up like goals that they break us down. So I was happy with our defensive play. Going forward we could be a little bit more patient and a little bit more clinical around the box, especially today. We had some chances. Should have finished, but it didn't. So hopefully we can build on that now going into the next camp. And this give us another opportunity to look at some more players and for the next two camps.
So you would say in summer then, coach, mission accomplished?
More than accomplished, actually. I thought the Koreans, the hotel, everything, they treat us is first class. I don't think anybody was expecting some of the stuff that's going on here with us, with the Koreans. Our translator is Jun. He's an unbelievable guy. Okay, I wish if I could have him on every trip. But yes, so it's good in Korea. Okay, and that's what we want. That's what we want, and I think just coming over here, I can't imagine them flying to Jamaica and playing us in two games. It would have been very, very difficult for them. But I think our staff, Laurie, Will, the medical staff, Killy, everybody, Elisa, everybody, just made life a lot easier for the girls, and I think the girls, make life easier for everybody. Very, very receptive in what we're trying to do. As I say, we can argue about stuff, but at the end, we all agree. When it comes down to it, we're all in this thing together. So, we're just trying to get the best squad that we can put together for the World Cup.
I'm John.
Right, so you guys should be all up to speed with the comments based on reflective analysis there from the gaffer and also from our skipper as well, Khadija Buddy Shaw. So that's Lon Donaldson, the head coach, and also Khadija Shaw as well. Also, have you guys seen anything from the Jamaica Football Federation in terms of the appointments of Lauren Donaldson in terms of giving him another contract? We know that his contract came to an end after the CONCACAF Women's Championship. So that was well over a month ago. Have you guys seen anything from their social socials there, be it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, announcing Lon Donaldson as the permanent or interim head coach. Let me know in the comment section. See, I know you guys eat well, brown stew, chicken with rice and peas, ackee and salt fish. I remember not to ask you again. Ask you next time there, Mr. Reed. That sounds like you can probably, or you're probably eating for both of us. I don't think I need to ask for a plate. Seems like you've taken care of business already. That sounds lovely. Um, let's see. So Mr. Evans is having oxtail and green beans, yellow rice, and Irish mash. Wow. Okay. Wow. Mouth-watering stuff. Mouth-watering stuff. Continue to eat for both of us. All right, guys, there in the comment section. So again, let me know. Who's this? Mr. Liverpool. Can't really ask you how things are going in your neck of the woods because you guys look like you're in the woods, but you won't be coming out anytime soon. But I will keep you in my prayers, no doubt. And if you want to come and rock the best jersey, please go ahead and do exactly that. All right. Sabrina says, are we ready for her? Of course. Of course, we're ready for you. Don't mind me and Mr. Stevens. Feel free to call in at any time. The lines is 100% open and we are waiting and ready for your phone call. So please do go ahead and get calling whenever you're ready, Sabrina. All right, so Mr. Stevens, back over to you there, sir. What is it about the Reggae Girls that keeps you coming back for more in terms of wanting to learn more about the team and investing so much of your time into watching their games and also I assume reading about them as well?
Well, I didn't catch everything. It was momentarily my screen froze, but I got the gist. Look, I must say, Crystal, that interview conducted with Mr. Donaldson was one of the most candid and impressive ones that I've heard from Mr. Donaldson. Donaldson. It's he answered a lot constructively and positively.
Seems like we're having a little bit of an issue there with Richard. Richard, it seems like we're having a little bit of a technical issue there with you. I did not catch a word of what you said. I get the gist of what you was trying to say there in response to how Lauren Donaldson answered the question, but you can give that one another spin if you wish. If the problem continues, then maybe the phone-in option is probably something that probably works better for you, but you can give that one another spin. Hold on, Richard, what's going on with you and Sabrina? You guys know each other?
Sabrina.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did you say Sabrina?
Yes. What have I done? What have I walked into?
Well, I never.
Educate me. What have I walked into?
Well,
I feel like I've set myself up.
Let me
there,
just
guys.
take a closer look and see what I'm going.
I did not know. Enlighten me. What's going on, Sabrina? Maybe I need to get you on the phone, Sabrina, because I did not know what is this, an Arsenal Man United rivalry? Is there something more deeper going on?
There is something, I don't know how deep it goes, but I know that if I'm not mistaken, Sabrina is a Manchester United fan and an opinionated, passionate fan who wears her heart on her sleeve and can hold her corner perfectly well and full respect. Good evening, Sabrina. Good night, Rochelle, by the way, in the comment section. Good night, Rochelle. It has been a while. Lovely to be back. There's been some technical situations that I'm dealing with on Rich Post Sports on my laptop. So I've just been taking in the football and observing. I'll be back in full effect soon, and it's always a pleasure to come on Talawa TV and similar channels full of wonderfully qualitative content. Wayne, good night. Gregory Reed, hail
So
up, one
is
and
it a
all.
case of yourself and Sabrina just have a complete difference in opinions then?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that, though. When I do make the odd comment in the WhatsApp group, she does seem more often than not more often than not 100%, but more often than not, she seems to be diametrically opposed to whatever I'm trying to say. The reason boss speaks, and she comes in with a illogical, I mean, her own direct and particular diet of comments. So, all's fair in love and war, and they gave us a good, I say a good beating. They defeated us, the Gunners, 3-1. It was a good victory. Not sure how last night's events unfolded in the Europa League, but
You're
Sabrina,
pulling her
full
leg there, Mr.
respect.
Stevens. I'm pretty sure you know how that one panned out. You're pulling her leg. So if she comes for you, I might not be able to defend you this time round, Mr. Stevens, because you're pulling her leg a
It
little bit. So Sabrina, please don't let that stop you from phoning in. Like I said,
Crystal,
yourself,
it
Rochelle, you guys are one of the reasons, actually the two main reasons why I've decided to do tonight's live stream. So please do not let that stop you. And as for Richard, I'm pretty sure he doesn't bite. He's never bitten anyone in front of me, so I'm pretty sure he's not going to bite. So if you guys need to avoid each other, then please go ahead and do so. But don't let that stop you from phoning in.
What did you make of Mr. Donaldson's interview? I mean, some of the plus points that I was saying earlier that I picked up on. He recognized the importance of preparation going forward, in later in the year, preparation camps, and hopefully some more games. He recognized the opportunity to maybe get more players, to have a look at more players. He recognized the deficiencies as well as the plus points for the Jamaican Reggae Girls during the games against South Korea. And realize that yes, we could be a little sharper and more clinical in front of goal. Recognize that the mental side of the game, and remaining switched on throughout a game is so important. And these are salutary, real points that can only benefit the Reggae Girls, because I'm sure that they have bigger aspirations than the last time they qualified. And with the experience, as some of the players were alluding to, I'm sure the camp is very confident and is setting aims and objectives, which include no doubt probably getting out of the group, which is not going to be an easy task. But one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and it's all about progress, learning, because in the harsh world of sports and professional sports, there is no halfway house. They have qualified for the World Cup. This is the cream of the world's best female teams, who will be convening in Australia and New Zealand. And Jamaica will need to be bringing their A game to the party. And I hope with everything, when it's all said and done, they bring their A game and there's no excuses, and they can be as clinical as well as defensively sound. And all we can do as the 12th man, as you love to say, quite rightly, we can only
Well,
be
that's what he's
positive.
building towards, isn't it? That's why it's so important for us to have or I should say maximize our potential within every available FIFA window. So the available FIFA window would simply mean that all players are eligible to be called upon. And so far, so good. Long may it continue. Hopefully, we can see more of the same in October and November. In terms of us having friendlies, at least 4 games to look forward to. And maybe that will give another opportunity for Lon Donaldson to look at players that he might want to call into the team for the final roster. Or maybe as we look towards maybe the start of the new year, you might then start to see the usual faces in the camps, regular camps, that is, and that probably can give you an indication as to who's going to make the all-important roster for the World Cup taking place next year in Australia and New Zealand, for those of you who are wondering. But in terms of your actual question, yeah, he answered the questions to the best of his ability. It was good to see, I should say, good to hear that South Korea took care of the Reggae Girlz. So big up South Korea. They'll probably put you guys on my bucket list. Thank you for taking care of our country. So yes, that was refreshing to hear that they were well taken care of. It's not, and there was emphasis, I should say, from the Gaffer's behalf that they were well taken care of, and you can probably see that from the girls as well, based off their social media activities that they enjoyed camp. So I'm saying, we're off to a good start, and hopefully it gets better. We don't, hopefully, by the time November and October comes around the corner, we're not at a standstill scratching our heads. There was no travel dispute, not to my knowledge. So again, another thing ticked off the list. So those guys on behind the scenes, whoever's in charge of the itinerary, well done. You've done your job this time round. I assume that's what you're being paid to do. So hopefully you can do more of the same and keep a happy camp happy. But all looks good so far, and it's great for those players there in the underage group who are doing applaudable stuff at their level. It's good to see that there is a future there for them, that they don't have to sit and wait. It's the idea that I guess he's trying to deliver, or based off selecting players from a certain age group, is perhaps if you're good enough to play, you will play. And that is something that you can only applaud. Hopefully it's something that is put into good practice, and good practice then becomes good habits. So there's a lot to look over the next couple of windows, but really there isn't really much to say. So far, some positives to work on. Then that's outside of the results. We all know about South Korea playing on their home soil, can take into a few factors into consideration in terms of why the result was the way it was in the international friendly, and also the practice game for the Reggae Girlz, without making excuses, just looking at things from a realistic point of view. Big up yourself, Mr. Campbell. Big up yourself, Blakey. Good day to you as well. And Mr. Beckford, big up you guys in the comment section. So Sabrina, about to say Rochelle there. Sabrina says that she's ready. So like I said, you can get dialing, Sabrina. I promise you, Mr. Richard Stevens will not attack you. He probably won't even comment on whatever you bring to the table, to be honest. So you can go ahead and, or maybe I should call you. Do you want me to call you instead? You're saying there's something wrong with the WhatsApp. I've not had a call come through from you. Let me go over onto WhatsApp. I've not had a call come through from you, but if you want me to call you,
don't make promises you can't keep, Crystal. Don't make promises you can't keep.
I'm pleading with you to be on your best behavior. I've never actually had to ask you to be on your best behavior, but I stepped on a little eggshell there, unintentionally. Didn't realize that matter of fact, I stepped into a boxing ring, and somehow I'm the one that's wearing the infamous black and white with my bow tie. I didn't sign up for it, but it just somehow happened.
Don't forget the gloves.
Pay me.
Don't forget don't forget the gloves. You know, the referees wear the gloves. You know, when you push those little white gloves in our faces, keep us separated.
I'll keep you. Okay, Mr. Stevens. Keep you stay on your side of the fence and let Sabrina stay on her side. How does that sound? Is that okay with the both of you?
Well, you know, someone's going to be the dog that's barking, and I'm the owner who's just on the other side of the fence, just minding my own business, pruning my flowers, and you know, I don't like the gnashing of teeth. So if Sabrina comes on, just make sure that there's a leash. Am I?
All right. I didn't even expect this, to be honest with you. I didn't expect this. But let me just ask the both of Sabrina and also Richard, guys, be on your best behavior. I trust that you guys will. So Sabrina, if you want me to call you, let me know and I will call you on WhatsApp. I did not realize that I was walking into a boxing match, guys.
Is this the infamous technical difficulties that radio stations like to pull sometimes? Suddenly there's some technical difficulties. Sabrina, Sabrina.
Yeah, we have to play an interview. There's a technical difficulty there.
We want to hear you live and direct, Sabrina. Find somebody's phone to call in. We're looking for you. We're waiting. I'm waiting. Are you ready? Do you want to be that? Do you want to be that 12th man? You're more than welcome. Come on in. The water's wet. Come on in. Come on.
All right, Sabrina, I don't want to just call your phone just like that. So let me know if you want me to call, and I will call you.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question, Crystal. I
Okay.
don't know if I wonder from viewers and subscribers what at this stage, having seen the campaign of the Reggae Girlz or heard about the campaign, what are the expectations of viewers and subscribers out there as we speak? We've just seen them, Reggae Girlz, take on South Korea. They've of course qualified for back-to-back World Cups. What's the expectation? Are we looking for the Reggae Girlz to come out of their group, whoever they draw and whoever's drawn with them? Are we looking for more than one goal as it happened at the last World Cup, or are we looking for the one win? What's the expectation level at this juncture? I'd be fascinated to find out how the land lies. Or will it be a celebration and a party every time the girls go out on the pitch because they've done us so proud up to this point, and no doubt they will do us proud during the campaign?
You've missed the platform, haven't you, Sir Rich?
Very much so. I have. Do I sound like I'm a duck, a new duck taken to water?
You sound. There's a lot of excitement there, so I can tell you've missed being on the platform.
That is definitely the case. I can absolutely testify that is the case. And when you've got a presenter who knows what clacker strike, when you've got a presenter who's cheeky as you and as intelligent and as wonderful as you, I've got to be on my P's and Q's, and of course I'm going to be excited. Of course I'm going to be excited. Oh, Mikey. Oh, Mr. Ballin.
Okay, guys.
Mr. Ballin.
Stick a pin in it there, Sir Rich. Here we go, guys. Miss Panton, how are you?
I'm all right. Good night.
Good. I'm happy that you've called in. Good night. Finally, the next person I need to persuade is Rochelle. So thank you for phoning in.
Hold on. I'm getting a feedback from my laptop. Hold on, let me get out this on mute or something.
Has the cat got someone's proverbial tongue? Oh, she's adjusting her laptop. Viewers and subscribers, let us momentarily await Sabrina's adjustment.
Relax yourself, no, please, just relax.
If the both of you start,
I have to turn down one of them. I have to mute it.
Yeah,
because I don't like to hear the feedback. I'm not gonna be focused.
Okay, go ahead. How are you? How's your day been?
My day is okay so far. A little bit of headache. You don't know, Manu lost today, so yeah.
Did they? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, we did.
What was the score, Sabrina?
I know you watched the damn match. Leave me alone.
Now, viewers and subscribers, Crystal, Sabrina.
Leg, okay.
Let me. Rich Post Sports is the reason, boss. And let me tell you, I do not want my reputation traduced at this moment in time. I am telling you now, I do not know the score. Can you please tell me the score?
Okay,
I am not familiar with the.
Allow me to let her have her moment there, Sir Rich. It was a 1-0 defeat to Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
Let her have a moment. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Yeah. Soft. And you know that, Crystal, because you were the one who texted me and told me that was a soft penalty. You come on the show now and pretending like you don't know what I'm saying.
You're not supposed to let people know I watch your games. That's just supposed to be off the record stuff. That nobody's supposed to know that.
we all watch each other game. There's no way a football fan don't watch another team playing. We're always watching football.
Yeah, I did say that it was a soft. There was nothing that the player could have done about it because it just bounced up onto his arm. But
Yeah, off
yes, it's
his
a
thigh, I
penalty, but
think.
it's a harsh
And
penalty to
he
give.
think he was trying to block the ball off his tire. That was just a soft penalty. Anyway, we'll bounce back. Hopefully.
Definitely. How you feeling about the girls? How you feeling about the women's team? I know you said you had a few things to talk about. So how you feeling?
Where you want me to start about this camp or the overall from the CONCACAF Championship or the camp
Wherever
in
you're
South Korea?
comfortable. Wherever you're comfortable.
Okay. Let's talk about Korea a little bit. I think the coach bringing new players just to take a look at them. Wilson now was a person that I was looking at to impress in this camp, in this window, should say. I think he played her on the left wing. I see her struggle on the left wing. Not saying she can't play. You could see the quality of her, but she more like a left back.
Yeah.
Too many times we see players who have a chance of showing what they're capable of playing in the wrong position. When they're playing out of position, you're not going to see too much of what they can bring to the table. She was playing on the left wing. She was uncomfortable. Not saying she didn't do well, but you could see her because she's not a right foot player. So she always have the ball on her left foot going forward. And then, I don't know. I don't think she should play on the wing. I think she's better at the left back. I think what the coach should do should play Blackwood first half and then somewhere and just kind of either way and try to see how she's looking at the left back, because I think he bring her in for the left back position, not the left wing. I don't think so, because he should more than play. If she was supposed to play a wing position, she would have better on the right wing because of her left foot than on a left wing as a left footer.
Yeah, I'm glad that you touched on that because let me just add some context there, guys. With the international friendly against South Korea, TVJ showed the replay of that game. So those of you based on home soil, you guys were given the opportunity to watch the game in depth, and obviously that's what Sabrina was referring to. But no, she is naturally a left back, so I'm not really sure. Maybe the coach is testing the waters to see if he's got a utility player there. But if she does an outstanding job at left back, then I would have, because she is doing that at the moment with Birmingham City, which is her new home. I would have assumed that Lon Donaldson would have done more of the same in terms of playing her in a rightful position and seeing what she can bring to the team. Because from here on out until the World Cup is all about synergy building, isn't it? And trying to see who looks best in what system and who works best in their rightful position and so on. So I'm not really sure why he did that. Only he can provide you with the answer. But I agree with you. I thought it would have been a straight swap for Denden. Again, given that Denden's just coming back, trying to find her feet, I should say, because we all know she was on the sideline for an extended length of time. So I would have thought that he would have brought Wilson in, player in that left back position, and then, like you said, make that timely change between Denden and Wilson.
Yeah, I think that too. As I said, he could have played 45 minutes for one, give each of them one half and see how she fit in at the left back position. She wasn't comfortable at the wing. I watched the game on TV and I was pissed. I was pissed about so many things. And there's another player that I want to talk about, not too deep, but just a little tip. We all love Marla Sweatman. She's like the gem back then in the days. But I don't think if you're playing Drew, you cannot play Drew and Marlo at the same time. I don't think Drew are the need to try to get some chemistry. In the first half, Marlo was nowhere to be found in the game. I think Marlo and Drew play in the same position. And when the coach made the change at halftime and put on Giselle,
Yeah,
That's
Giselle
when we
Washington.
start getting more into the game. We start see Bunny Shaw getting the ball. We start see a little bit more of Wilson. We were lacking in the midfield. We didn't have like there wasn't any midfield. Like Primus can do a thing. Joe is good. I'm saying Marlo is a great midfielder. We have been using her for a long time, but I'm saying Marlo and Joe don't fit in the midfield together. Like when you see Anova Salone, like she have a one-touch pass and go, like she and Joe have, Joe and Primus, that would be okay. Like if you're playing a Marlo in the midfield, you can't be playing a Joe Spence. Like either you have a Marlo or a Joe. You can't be
Not
playing
comparable.
the two of them in the same game. No, I don't think Marlo and Joe could play in the midfield going forward for Jamaica together unless there's some injury and you have a tournament and it have to be like that. But I don't think I don't see them playing together going forward. I don't know. Like I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm not getting that. I'm not getting it. I don't think Marlo Sweatman make 3 passes in the first half. I don't know what she done in the midfield. I know she's a brilliant midfielder and I know what she's capable of. I know that she can play her game and she was our midfield minstrel with Trinilu Asha and Anova Salone back in 2019. Yeah, but I understand that. But I'm saying going forward, yes, you have a Marlo and you have a Jew. I think Marlo, Sweatman, and Jew play like the same position, both of them. So it's either a Marlo, Anova Salone, Anna Primus, or a Jew, Anova Salone, Anna Primus, or a Jew and Jade Bailey. Jade Bailey almost play the same position as Jew, but I see Jade Bailey drifting back, covering for the defender. She's going forward. She's trying to create pass, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that with Marla Sweatman. Like she's played the same position as Drew Spence, but I'm not seeing when Drew Spence have the ball. I'm not seeing her off the ball and try to run in space. She's always sitting back, so she's sitting back. Drew Spence is sitting back. They both not gonna play well in the midfield together. Have to be somebody else. Not they're not matching up in the midfield for me.
So basically, based off what you're saying, thank you again for calling in, by the way. Definitely appreciate hearing from you. Basically, what you're saying is in order for us to expand or to experiment with our midfield interchange, we're going to have to beef up the midfield. We're going to have to look at bringing in alternative players, especially in the DM position, because I agree. I'm a massive fan of Marlo, but you can't play Marlo in a midfield by herself. She's going to need some layer of protection. So if Drew Spence isn't the answer, who is? And it can't just be a case of just solely relying on Drew Spence. So you're going to potentially, the coach is going to, he has to look at other defensive midfielders, natural defensive midfielders, as opposed to, dare I say, worst case scenario, utilizing a center back in a DM position. You need naturally gifted defensive midfielders to occupy that void, because there's a void there. Because what I'm pretty sure you've seen, Sabrina, that the reason why Drew Spence works so well for us, aside from the fact that she's a classy player, is that we don't have no one of that caliber. It's different type of players that we have within that particular position where the DM midfield position is concerned. So we need to bring in reinforcements. We can't just take out a naturally gifted winger or a forward and slot them into a DM position, or throw in one of our centre backs in a DM position, because it's not going to work. It's going to fall apart. Who would you call up? Who would you rely on if it's not Drew Spence? Because we were crying out. We can't just rely on Drew and Asher and those players.
Marlo Sweatman should not be on the team. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No. Yeah, I understand you.
Yeah, but I'm saying she and Drew cannot be playing at the same time. Just like in the Conquer Cup, in the championship the other day, like you see Marlo, you see Salone, even though she wasn't 100% fit, she haven't been much fit, playing a lot of games. She was injured, but the coach trusts her and bring her in. You see, she, Primus, Andrew, and they did well in the midfield. I'm saying, and when Jade Bailey come in, she actually did well. I know Marla Setman can be a backup. I probably think the coach should call her in the next window and try her and see what goes on from there. I'm not saying she cannot play, but I don't think the midfield need her and Drew in. It's either she or Drew to me. And if I have to choose, I'm going to say Drew have to be the first person on the team sheet. Not literally, but you have to have Drew in the squad once she's fully fit, because she's the type of person, she can take the ball off the defender, she can dribble in the midfield, she can create from the back, she can start attack from the back, she can get the ball off of the keeper or from a Swaby, one of the Swaby sisters. She can dribble in the midfield, she can find space, she have some craftiness, she can find pass through space me and you probably don't see. But so we need a Jew in the middle. But I'm saying, like, some games are like for game times or minute, like you have substitution and probably you want her for the next game to go on 90, and in the 75 to 80 minutes or about that time, or you want to put on a next play, you could probably sub in Marla Sweatman. I'm saying that, but I don't think Marla Sweatman should be playing alongside Drew Spence. It's either you have, I'm telling you, Chinalu Asha. I love that player so much. I just love Chinalu. Like, I think she needs some more time in the midfield. I think she need more minutes, which we all know Chinalu been playing long and she's been like one of our best players in the midfield. But I'm saying I haven't seen much of her recently. But I would like to see Chinalu get more minutes in the midfield, playing off a Drew, a Salone, whoever playing in the midfield. I would like to see her back at her best, because she's a little crafty player. I love her. Swear.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have any arguments against that. Chinalu, I saw some few people. Someone came on my channel recently and gave her the nickname the Smasher, and I think that actually works well for her. Chinalu, the Smasher, Asha. Think that works well for her. So yes, definitely agree with you. But as things stand, see a comment here from Mr. Scott. Asher and Drew is the best defensive midfielders. If that's the case, not going to disagree with you there, Mr. Scott. You still need depth, because you can't use Marlo Sweatman as a DM, because she's not a DM. She's not going to give you what you want, even if you instruct her to, even if she has the heart to try and get it done. She's not a DM. She's an attacking midfielder, so that's not going to work. So by the sound of things,
she's more like a 10.
Yeah, exactly. She's not a DM, and it's too late to even try and force that into her game. So by the sound of things, we need at least two defensive midfielders, natural defensive midfielders, without playing people out of position.
No, we have a Drew. Now we have a Jade Bailey. She can play there.
But Jade Bailey isn't a natural DM. Oh my God, sorry, not Jade Bailey. I'm thinking of Paige Bailey Gale. Yes, Jade Bailey as well.
We try to talk about squad wise or depth going to the World Cup. I would like to see a Jade Bailey in the mid on the paper going to the World Cup. I am not the coach, but I'm saying going to the World Cup, as long as she's find a club, getting game match fit, I would like to see a Jade Bailey on the 23 players sheet. There's no way. I don't see no other way.
Is that with or
anything should happen? I'm not saying anything. If anything should happen to Drew, she could sit there and play the sixth position.
So one more defensive midfielder then, if we're going with Jade Bailey.
Like, you're telling me to pick 3 defensive midfielders?
No, I'm saying without naming any additional names, going forward we'd need to still bring in one additional defensive midfielder. Because if not, we're leaving ourselves wafer thin.
Honestly, going forward for me from the CONCACAF Championship, what I would like, I said, for going forward, we need a left back, main source. We need a left back, and we need at least one creative winger, somebody that can create. Not have to be skillful, somebody that willing to run. You know that you have a Jodie Brown, and she's quick in behind. And I'm not saying she cannot play. She's still young and she's still learning, and she's doing well at Florida State. But we need another winger, because you know Trudy Carter, she's not naturally a winger, and she's playing on the wing. And I am tired to see players playing out of their position. Going to the World Cup, it doesn't matter if some of the players who were in camp from day one doesn't make it to the World Cup. As long as we're going to the World Cup with the right defenders, the right midfielders, the right forward. I don't want to see a midfielder playing on the wing. I don't want to see a centre back playing a defensive midfield. I don't want to see a midfielder playing a striker position. I see players playing in their rightful position. It doesn't matter because what I see with this Jamaican team, I'm not banter the coach or anything. I'm just trying to speak back. What I'm seeing with this team, like there are certain players that the coach would probably want to see in the squad, but if the coach probably go pick, okay, we're going with two left winger, two right winger, two striker. This, if they're doing it like that, some players probably won't be in the squad going to World Cup or whichever tournament we have coming up down the line. But the coach always try to bring players out of position just because they want them to be in the squad. I don't want to see that going forward for this team. Like this tournament, some people probably don't make it. They have to go back to the gym, go back to training, try to work hard and try to get themselves ready for the next competition or the next tournament, the next friendly, whatever. I want to see players, if you run left back, you're supposed to play left back. I want to see somebody that doesn't have a position in the team. You can't play right back. You can't play center back. You can't play forward. You can't play. No, I don't see you everywhere they put you. I don't see where you're shining, but you keep on. Every time I go on the JFF page, your name in the squad. That doesn't make sense. Just like, oh, you're telling me you want to see players, whether from born in England with Jamaican background, America, wherever, if they want to play for Jamaica, you don't want them to come and play for Jamaica because we are qualified for the World Cup and we look good going forward. You want player who willing to play for the country, willing to play for the flag, not because we qualify for the World Cup. Somebody who not come and play for Jamaica because England don't want to cap them, but because they want to play for Jamaica because they have some love for the country.
Desire to want to see us do well. Yeah, definitely agree with you on that. I like your analysis, your observation there of Lon Donaldson. What do you make of him so far? Because bit difficult to read Lon Donaldson both as the coach when he was the interim. I'm assuming that now he is the permanent head coach, although no one's made any announcement. I've not seen nothing from JFF at least. So what do you make of Lon Donaldson's as the head coach for us going forward?
To be honest, I think I don't want to banter anybody, as I say, and I come in here, but I'm gonna be honest. Based on what I see, we were in the group of death.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have a lot of preparation, a lot of the big side, like the Mexico, which a lot of people think that we're going to lose to the Mexican. Other people, even on the final day before the group finished, a lot of people saying, "Oh, Haiti go win because they have do money and they're playing good, and these players playing from under 17 coming up." We didn't play any friendly against any big opponents, but it did get the job done. But what my problem with this whole is picking the right players. I'm not saying all the players that he picked does not deserve a chance to represent Jamaica. But there's gonna come a time, because if you have a pool of 50 players, there's no way you can't bring a 50 players. You can't bring the 50. You're gonna have to cut it at some point. Yes, they're part of the Jamaica national team. Yes, they will be getting games here and there, caps here and there, whenever it's available. But you're going into a World Cup, you want your best 23 players. You're not gonna tell me that because I was born in Jamaica, grew in Jamaica, went to Jamaica in school, and then probably go overseas, a university, and then start playing somewhere in Europe or in NWS or wherever. I'm supposed to be on the squad. I'm supposed to be on the 23 player list, and knowing that somebody that probably have some background in Jamaica willing to play for us, playing well, are at a better level than me at the moment, are somewhere supposed to not be on the team sheet because you want to bring, we have 5 Jamaicans that born here, no matter what, we got to get them in the squad, but get them in the squad to do what? Do you want to see we win going forward, or you just want to bring players because they're born here and they live here most of their life, or because you're going to look and say, you see, no matter what, we gotta get these 3 players on the squad? Because I watch the list all the time. I am pissed at it sometimes. Like, I'm saying, you have certain players going forward, would do good for us. But sometimes, like this window, you said you want to look at some players in some position. You have some players that was traveled to South Korea. I'm not saying they shouldn't be in the squad. You could at least say, all right, you bring 2 more other players outside of the players that was in Mexico the other day, just to look at them. Yes, they already play for Jamaica. You already see what these players can do, but you have you already keep bringing them in, but you're not looking at other players who probably would suit the play better because I don't know exactly. I don't want to say the wrong words, because I definitely don't want to say the wrong word. But
So far, you're doing good. I get what you're I get the point you're trying to make, and I think the guys who are listening definitely get the point you're trying to make. So it's difficult to disagree with you, but I understand your angle and how you see things. So far, you're doing great. So please continue.
No, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of football. Period. I don't run joke when it comes to my football. Like, I am a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, and I'm like really pissed. If you see, I'm really pissed. I accept the fact. No, probably a couple weeks ago, I would say, we need a Cristiano Ronaldo. He would do better for us or whatever. I think the best position for him now is to come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to Jamaican football, I'm gonna speak my facts, because speak the truth and set your mind free. That's how it's supposed to go.
100%. 100%. 100%.
I definitely, there's certain, like, I'm so pissed. I think this window, at least one of the Michaela Dale or Michaela Dave, the 2 of them similar name. I don't remember. One of them, the one that were the number 5,
the Days twins.
When he bring them into the camp, yes,
yeah,
she's supposed to be in this camp. I'm not saying she's supposed to be on the list going forward to the World Cup. They could have given her another cap, bring her to South Korea, and say, like, I don't like to see only giving player only one chance.
Yeah,
they didn't play her much. You bring her now as a substitute, and she did well. She didn't come on to play probably about 10 minutes, and you see a little bit of what she could bring to the team. But yes, you didn't bring her to Mexico. You didn't bring her to the CONCACAF Championship in Mexico. We understand that, but you have a window like this. You could have probably leave off a player that you already been playing with the squad, you know what the player capable of or whatever. You could bring in a Michaela Dale and give her another chance. Like, you can't. I'm tired of seeing players coming in playing one game or probably 10 minutes, and then you just don't bother with them. I think she deserves another chance. I'm not saying she's supposed to be on the squad going to the World Cup, but from the moment I watched her playing the Caribbean, which I think it was a game against, I don't remember if it was a game against Cayman or Bermuda. One of those games she come on in.
I know, and
And from that game, I follow her. Like, I watch her play. For Maryland, and I'm like, she's brilliant. I watched her play last week, and I think she was the woman of the match at that game. She blocked so many shots. She was good going forward. She was good defensively. I'm like, why the coach don't give her another chance? I'm not saying she's supposed to be on the World Cup squad. I'm not saying she's supposed to come in and start over somebody else, but bring her in, give her another shot. All she's gonna do, bring her in, have her training with the girls, see what it's probably sometime going to school for the first time. You're not gonna have your best day on your first day because
Absolutely.
you're just going to a new school. You don't understand the system. Yeah, you don't know the teacher. You're not familiar with a lot of the players.
Yeah, it can be a daunting experience.
Yes. So just like I'm saying with Wilson, I'm not saying this is the first step, but I'm saying like he probably overlook her now and say, she didn't give her for what he was looking for, because then again he play her out of her position, so she wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
You can't bring in, for example, I'm gonna use your name, Crystal. And you can't bring in Crystal to a football team, and Crystal is a centre back, and you go put Crystal in the midfield, and then she's gonna have a bad game because you play her out of her position. And then when Crystal go back home to England, the other window, she expecting a call. She didn't get a call to the next game because you overlook her. You play her in a position that she never played before, and then you expect her to excel. How is that possible?
Yeah, that's actually took the words out my mouth in terms of that fairness there. And I like what Lon Donaldson, like what he says he's trying to do and what he's implementing in the first window as we edge towards the World Cup. I like the idea of giving players opportunity, but it just goes back to what you were saying, Sabrina, is you cannot just give a player a one-off opportunity and say you're going to wash your hands with them. Not saying that's what the gaffer has done, but especially when you're playing players out of position, you're not going to see the players or player maximize their potential, because one, they're new to the surrounding, new to the environment, and new to the team as well. So you can't just bring players in drips and drabs and then make your decision. That's where I'm going to be keeping an eye on Lon Donaldson, actually, when it comes to those final months leading up to the announcement of the all-important World Cup roster. Where do you go from there? Because it would be unfair to bring a player of a applaudable potential playing wise, play them out of position and just call them up one time and never look at them again. So I'll be looking to see if he does do that going forward. I think I've seen it once or twice, even with players who have been in the team, players who are long-standing regular starters for the senior team. I've seen it happen to maybe one or two players, and it's interesting. I don't know about you, but in the first stage there, because I know you said where do we want to start off? In the first stage of the CONCACAF qualifiers, I thought that then that was when we were seeing a new and improved Sade. Even at university level, I was thinking, okay, over the last couple of months, particularly coming into the championship, we've seen a new polished Sade compared to the play that we saw at the last World Cup campaign. And it's just a little bit baffling why we're not really seeing more of her when she could easily be called upon.
All right, that's what you get. You're getting where I'm at. You're getting where I'm at.
I get
That's
you
what I'm
100%, and I appreciate you
Listen,
treading carefully
I
with the
love
subject as well.
Jody Brown. I'm not saying I love a Jody Brown, but there's a time where he could have used a Sade instead of a Jody Brown. Like, give Jody Brown a 60-minute and give Sade a 30.
100%.
At least, because I'm not saying Jody Brown didn't do well. She didn't have an assist or a goal in the tournament, you know.
She was struggling at the championship. She was superb in the qualifiers.
Huh?
She was superb in the qualifiers. So before we got to the championship, by the time we got to the latter stages, she was on one leg. She couldn't stand. So I never really understood why we were running her through the ground. And you literally have players on the bench that you could bring on.
probably she was tired. I'm not sure because she was playing
She was knackered. She
pre-college
was
soccer.
knackered.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you could see it from
These are the
Jody.
things. And the next player that I really want to talk about is Kayla Mackay. Like, I really love Kayla Mackay, but I remember he used her as a midfielder. Kayla Mackay I think Kayla Mackay, not saying going to the World Cup, because I have to see the players that he's bringing in and looking at before I could say, okay, I could pick up my 23 out of what I see so far going to the World Cup. I can't. My is 23, but going forward, I am going to say, oh, I want to see this player, that player. But I'm saying, but now Kayla Mackay should be the backup striker to Bunishaw, because Kayla Mackay is another strike playing for Rangers. She's playing well in the 9. I'm tired to see playing out of position. I'm tired to see playing out of position, because playing them out of position, she did well in the midfield in the first part of the tournament before we went to Mexico. But I'm saying, when you're playing against certain type of team like the USA, the Canada, the England, and these type of players, you can't have players in the position. They're gonna be exposed. They're gonna be exposed. I don't want to see playing in the position going into the World Cup.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that.
I agree with you
and
on that.
another thing I want to ask you though, I think since after the World Cup in 2019, which game did the Reggae Girlz play that impressed you the most? I'm gonna see if you're with me. Which game
has impressed me the most?
After the World Cup,
that's an excellent question. It's an excellent question, but it's one that's difficult to answer. And I tell you why it's difficult to answer. It's because of the mess, the outside noise that's happened internally and externally. So I guess you could say brush aside the previous Olympic qualifiers as well, and then look towards the Costa Rica match. The Costa Rica match was impressive. Do you remember when we played against Costa Rica? Not recently, but almost a year ago, right?
That game was the game that impressed me.
Exactly. I know that's what you was referring to, but this is why I'm saying I mentioned that game, and that was a game where I thought that this is when I started to look and say, you know what, even Matthews, I thought that was Matthews' best ever game for Jamaica. More control, more mature, hungry. She had a burning desire. I don't know what point she was trying to prove, but it was clear that she was trying to prove a point.
But the keeper, the Costa Rican keeper, oh my
nightmare.
God,
she was a nightmare. That was almost a year ago.
She had about 19 saves that day.
She was ridiculous. I mean, that game was played on the 24th of October, almost a year ago. So that was an impressive match.
I think I watched that game on ATA football like about 6-7 times already.
Impressive game.
I love that game. And I have another question for you. I love her enough, but I'm just saying, do you think Shayna Matthews will not make the roster to the World Cup? I'm not saying
I love your question.
But do you think she would come? Do you think you will see her before the World Cup, like even like how the USA is doing, like you have Crystal Dunn, she have baby like a month old. She didn't featuring in the games, but the coach called her in and see where she's at. Like have a little training session with her. She trained with the team, but she just didn't play. Do you think we would see Shayna Matthews in one of these camps?
I think
knowing that I see a trend. She's in training now, personal training. I think she's in gym. Yeah, I see her post 1 and 2 times. She's going to the gym, having 1 and 2 session, 1-on-1, and yeah, I see her training.
The thing is, Sabrina, is that's a slippery slope if we want to be honest with ourselves, and it's nothing to do with Shayna on a personal Matthews. Like I said, that game against Costa Rica, that for me was her best ever game, and that's the reason why I chose to focus on the Costa Rica match, because I think that was the best that we've seen the team play. including all the nonsense that went on, like externally, internally, all the distractions, basically. But another player that we also have to take into consideration is Plummer. So if we're, because basically they're both sitting in the same boat, although one has hopped out the boat, they're both still in the same boat. Do you get where I'm coming from? Without going too deep on their personal situation. So the argument there is, if you say yes to Shayna Matthews, say, what do you then say to Konya if they're both in good shape and they're playing football and they're looking well? It's like almost as if you can't take one without not considering to take the other. And then you have to say, but what about all the other girls that showed up to camp? What about all the other girls? Football is a brutal, cutthroat game. What do you say to all the other girls who have been playing in those particular positions and who have helped us to qualify for the World Cup? You don't then just throw them to the roadside, do you? It's a brutal game, it's cutthroat, but I wouldn't want to be in Lauren Donaldson's position. Because yes, you can say, well, actually, with a Plummer or with a Matthews, these are two players who are experienced at playing at the highest level in football, be it the World Cup. So if you take those two players, you know they're not going to be stage fright because they've gotten over that excitement and that nervy moment of playing at a World Cup. But then again, what do you say to the players that brought you to a second successive World Cup? It's a slippery slope. And like I said, I wouldn't want to be Lauren Donaldson to make that call, because what do you do? What would you do, Sabrina?
I'm gonna get to that point first, but before I get to that point, I'm gonna say something that you just said a while ago about what do you say to other players that help you get to the World Cup. It would be identical to the same thing that happened in 2018, because I'm not trying to banter anyone. As I said, there wasn't a Kayla McCoy that helped us qualify, but she was on the roster even though she didn't play.
The 2018 World Cup squad.
There wasn't a Shayna Matthews who helped us qualify, but she went to the World Cup. There wasn't Anna Salone. I could probably name.
And we know that caused a couple messy situation. Nothing that was explosive, but I just think that it's a tough decision to make, because it's not just about being match fit. Being match fit and being physically fit, there's two different things. So yes, you can be fit because you've got yourself in good shape from the gym, but how are you competitively? Are you playing day in, day out, week in, week out for your respective clubs? If you're not, then it's difficult to consider you.
I'm gonna be honest about your question. I haven't. I'm not saying I'm writing out Kanye Plummer. I'm not a fan of Kanye Plummer. I love Kanye Plummer because I'm a fan of Orlando Pride. Even though they're not at their best at the moment, and I have to probably bring a few other side in the NWSL. When she drafted for the NWSL and drafted for Orlando, I'm like, oh yes, at least a Jamaican is playing for my club that I like.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know what Kanye Plummer can do. It's more, I'm not trying to put one over the other, but I'm seeing the recovery for Shayna Matthews would be probably a little bit better than Anna Salone. Why? Not Salone, sorry, Kanye Plummer. Why I'm saying that? Because she did it twice.
Yeah.
She had her baby, and then she went to the World Cup in 2019. Then she had a baby the other day, and she went back there in summer. So she already have the experience from that. So that's the hedge that she would have over Kanye Plummer. And then she's in America, which she have a lot of things to her disposal that probably Kanye Plummer don't have here.
Yeah, the facilities and so on.
Or that, but she's still with the club, Louisville, because she's still in contract with the club. She can go in training at any time. I don't know when she's due to go back to training. So she's going to have the club training probably by now and month 10. She probably in with the girls training. That's it. She will be playing. But then she have a personal trainer. She have gym at her disposal. She have a lot of stuff that Kanye Plummer probably don't have here, because obviously I know that Kanye Plummer is in Jamaica. So I'm saying I'm not choosing. I'm saying
it's tough, Sabrina.
Shayna Matthews have certain things at her disposal because
Yeah.
as I said before, she's already in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's
in
true.
America you have advantage over when it comes to getting gym. She can have one-on-one training, and she have a club that can help her.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of Proma don't have a club, even if she get a gym that she could go in here and there certain hours and she get a personal trainer. She don't have a club unless she's gonna find some local football club, whether there's man playing, boys, woman, girls, wherever, and start getting some one and two touch. But for me personally, if I was picking that roster going to the World Cup, as long as Trainer Matthews is fit, match fit, physically fit and ready and playing football again, I would bring her because I don't see we don't have a lot of wingers, naturally wingers. She's like a natural wingers, and that's what I'm saying. We've been playing people out of position, like playing a Trudy Carter and the winger. She's not a natural winger.
Mm-hmm.
So why not bring someone that can play on the wing? If the person is fit, match fit, not saying we should bring her because we know what she's capable of. I'm saying bring her if she's match fit and playing her best football.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if the coach is looking at the wingers. So if in case there are other players that he's looking at that can even play on the wing, like Ebony Salmon that can play as the number 9, and she can play on the wing. She can play on the left, she can play on the right, she can play anywhere in the front three.
Yeah.
But I don't think the coach looking at Ebony Salmon. But I'm just saying.
I know you want her to get a call up to Jamaica, but yeah, I love your question, by the way. It's an interesting one. Because then you have to think about that chemistry building again with Matthews and the teammates around her. And at what point do you then give her a recall? It's looking like if she is going to be getting a recall, it's probably likely to be sometime early next year. Then you have to think, how is she looking with her teammates? Is it more troubling to try or is it too late to try and usher her back into the team, or is it best to just go with what's been available at his disposal over the last couple of months? It's a lot of question for Lon Donaldson to think over, but I have no idea how to read him accurately because we've not been given an opportunity, even as reporters, as journalists, to sit down and ask him these important questions. And I'm disappointed with the Federation for that, because you and I know, Sabrina, that it's just common practice. This is that if you're a professional club or a professional organization, the moment someone steps into a driving seat, the press is introduced to them. Potter, I'm pretty sure the press will be introduced to him in due time. They will be. There's no way that Graham Potter will go over to Stamford Bridge and he doesn't even get an induction press conference. It just doesn't happen. Mikel Arteta, Ten Hag, all of them have their introductory press conference so that the media and the 12th man can get a feeling as to what they're about.
Jamaica, and this is JFF.
But this is the thing, Sabrina. This is what irritates me. Carry on.
Just like I was on TikTok when the Arsenal flag dropped, which I commented in the chat already, and I remember just sitting on the flag and people start getting mad and saying, "Oh, you're not supposed to sit on the flag and you couldn't sit on any other country flag." I haven't seen anybody else like in the eye power like Andrew Olness or Babsy Green saying anything about it, but I know there's no way you should have a national flag that somebody sit on. And what comments catch my eye? There was a comment that catch my eye. The comments that said, everybody sit down for Jamaica. Remember that.
It's a beautiful way of putting it, isn't it? Isn't that true? As much can you argue with that? We can't argue with that.
They just park us under the bus like we're nobody.
Yeah.
Like, there's others like, when they get off the bed, they come out the shower, you just wipe your foot on the mat and just that's something like that's how they have us. Like, it's just ridiculous. Sometimes I don't know. This flipping beautiful place, like
it's beautiful, but it has its flaws, and it's just it's ridiculous. I mean, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, really and truly. I shouldn't have when Lorne Donaldson was brought back into the fold, and it was such a swift movement that I thought, okay, now's not the right time to kick up a stink because we're all trying to be positive for the girls' sake, and it's crunch time. We're trying to qualify for the World Cup. Then his contract came to an end after we played against Costa Rica. Um, and then he's brought back into the fold on another contract, brand new contract, and you still don't introduce him to the media. You still don't introduce him to the 12th man. But if you do your homework, you will see that Paul Hall was introduced, as was Vin Blaine. So then it kind of makes me think, what's going on here? Do you want the best for your manager, or are you complacent? Because back then, when Vin Blaine and Paul Hall was introduced to the media, a lot of people are saying maybe it was Paul Hall and Vin Blaine that asked for the press conference. Fair enough, they probably did. But JFF should have been analyzing the reaction and saw that it worked well. So why not repeat more of the same for Lorne Donaldson? We still don't have a press conference with him. And it's unfair to go into a press conference because I've always said, Sabrina, I'm not a fan of airing out my dirty laundry. So I wouldn't go into a press conference with another nation's journalist and ask Lorne Donaldson certain questions that they could then spin and use against him, right? Because it would just be bad energy for the team. So it's just, yeah, it doesn't make sense. The way we operate doesn't make sense. It's something positive in terms of the last camp, but there's still something negative there looking right at us.
I'm gonna be just a little bit away from football, not too much.
Yeah.
Just a second. Just sharing something, the difference between Jamaican, like we Jamaican people, I don't get it. Like we on a planet to ourselves. That's how I think I'm seeing it. Because before I start going places like Chap, I didn't understand, but the moment I start leaving like South America, to Brazil, to Guyana, I went a few places, and I see the way they treat people different. Like you have like they approach their brothers and sisters, and like it's like different. So looking back at the JFF, like everybody is on the same level, like from the JFF to your home, everything is just like it's a system. Just like when you're playing football, like you have a system, like you have 10 players, new players coming, you're gonna bring them into this type of system that you create. So everything is like just a system. Like in the JFF, you have people living bad. In your home, you have people living bad. In your school, you have teacher can't get along. I don't know what's wrong with this country.
I feel like the whole country needs therapy. Fun and joke aside.
I think so too, because even my 4-year-old man.
Bless him.
Even my 4-year-old, like I don't know. Even today, I'm like, I think my daughter, she's 9. Today, I don't remember exactly what she was saying to me, and I'm like, she was like whispering something in my ears because today is my mom's birthday, but she was trying to.
Oh, bless her! Happy Earthstrong.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter was whispering something to my ears that my sister was saying we're gonna plan up and do a surprise to my mom when she come home from work, so we're gonna get some stuff on the road. So she didn't want the smaller kids like my nephews them to hear because they know they're babies.
Yeah,
so
they let it slip.
So she's like trying to whisper something in my ears. Allow my son come now and slap her so hard and say, don't talk in my mommy ears, cause Auntie Tasha love you and want my mommy to love me, cause Auntie Tasha buy you KC, I don't buy none to me. I'm like, what?
He catch on. He's a fast learner.
I don't know what's going on.
minus the slapping. He's analytical. Give him that. He's for someone who's 4 years old and he's latching on to that. He's analytical to say the least.
Oh man, like yeah, he is.
But that's good though. I hope your mom lives to see many more. I hope she has a fabulous day, and I pray to God that she lives to see many more.
Okay, we'll tell her tomorrow after work because she's not a night owl. She go to sleep like unless she's listening to some pastor preaching. She go to bed early because she get up like 4:30 in the morning, leave 5 o'clock. She don't come until after 3 days.
Yeah.
Go to work very early in the morning. Yeah.
Where are you based for most of your time? Because obviously you have an accent. Where are you based mainly?
I want you to tell me what accent though.
I'm trying to figure it out.
A lot of people saying I have a lot of different accents.
Yeah, I'm sensing. I don't know. I'm sensing Jesus. There's a combination there for some reason. Geez, it's a lot.
You gotta give me something.
There's something for some reason. I'm thinking there's I feel like I can hear some Trini in there for some reason. But I know that you move about, and it's weird because when people move about, they just unintentionally pick up accents. I don't really know.
It's more than been of Guyana. I've been in Guyana for 4 months.
Yeah, I have a friend who is Guyanese. I wanted to say Guyana, but I was thinking surely it's not Guyana. Yeah.
Guyana for 4 months. I spent 4 months in Guyana already. So
yeah, you ever spend any time in Trinidad?
No, I only I've never spent any time in Trinidad. I just crossed through Trinidad. Like I took a plane from Jamaica to Trinidad and one from Trinidad to Guyana. And then back here, the same thing.
Yeah, it's a crossover of multiple accents that I can hear. I get the Guyanese, but I could still hear a hint of Trini in there.
Yeah, it's still there because it's recently it's not here yet. So I still have the accent, but I remember when I just come back home, I'm like saying some stuff that I couldn't control. I'm like, I know I have this Guyanese accent, but I'm like, when I read Jamaica, I can't make everybody know that I am sounding like these Guyanese people. Oh my goodness, sound like my Jamaican again. I'm like, oh shit. And then I remember one time my son doing something. I'm like, oh cunt boy, what you doing?
No. Yeah, it is accents, people do pick up accents. Again, I don't know how it works, but
I can't control it. It's just like I don't know, but I don't know. I spent 4 months there working. As I said, I work overseas. I worked there for 4 months. I was working there. I was working with a lot of different type of people. I work with people from Colombia, Brazil, Venezuela, Suriname, Jamaica.
Might have to start calling you Miss International now, Sabrina. Huh? Might have to start calling you Miss International.
No. I'm not a Miss International.
Well, you sound like it. So how did you come across the channel? I'm always curious to know how people come across the channel.
I'm a lover of football. I'm a lover of football. I'm not quite remember exactly, but I used to follow some I love football. I follow Jamaican football and some other players. So sometime I'll like go on I don't remember which exact player always post your stuff, but it's not long before not long before they able playing the World Cup in France. I saw following you, but I'm saying,
really that long.
Yeah, I see player reposting stuff like you post stuff about Jamaica or some stuff like, for example, like like a bunny, you post something and Bunny Shoulder repost it, just something like that. That's just
wow.
Bunny, I read stuff. I start seeing people post and I'm like, oh, you seem like somebody important to the football in Jamaica. So I said, oh, okay, I'm gonna follow you, and then I think. I don't remember if your page was private like that. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I think I went over to your page and I started following you, and then I started following your channel on YouTube. Then I realized you're an Arsenal fan. At the time, I didn't want to follow you up that much. And then I see you always posting stuff, and I'm like, you have an accent like you're from Jamaica, and then I'm like, you have an accent like a Birmingham accent.
Some people say that, and I don't know, Sabrina. So many people, they're like, oh, do you live in Birmingham? I'm like, I've never lived in Birmingham. This was even before I ever visited Birmingham, because I visited Birmingham. On one hand, I can count it. I'm like, never been to Birmingham, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but that's still like a Birmingham because my daughter Auntie, she live in Birmingham and she sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I don't know how the accents work. I don't know how accents work, but yeah, there's some science behind it, but I don't understand it. It's funny because that's why in the early stage of when I created the channel, I tried my hardest not to talk about Arsenal because I'm like, let me not scare no one off from following the channel.
And another question: how long since you live in England, though? Because probably I know you're from St. Thomas anyway.
I talk about them that often. Have a guess.
Probably 12 years.
Wow. No. Over 20 years.
Wow, you've been there since you're a kid.
Yeah, I've been here since I was a little pup.
Your mom and dad had to bring you there. Some school stuff.
Yeah, it's so funny because when I came here, it was during the summer, like early millennium, and I never actually knew I was coming here to stay. I thought I was just coming just for a holiday. And I realized I'm here for the long run when they started buying my school uniform and they enrolled me into a school. That was a dead giveaway, Sabrina. I was just like, okay, I guess this is my new home, and I hated it because the food was different. Like London now is not as diversified as it was back then. So it was hard to find like traditional say for example your yam, your banana, aki, just little stuff like that, homely food. It was so difficult to come across it at your local shops. So the adjustment period took me years. And then, not being able to go home and missed my grandma and stuff like that. And then when I finally went back home, it was just, yeah, it was a wonderful experience.
I understand based on the food system, like when American food is like if you can get Jamaican food, but I remember when I went to Guyana for the first time. I just went there, and the first time I didn't know the food stuff. I think I could get Jamaican stuff like I think I went to a shop and I asked for rice and peas and chicken. A restaurant that they don't have that. They don't sell rice and peas. And they say, what, peas and rice? I'm saying, what is that? They said they don't have peas and rice and they don't have rice and peas. But I'm like, they talk some of the stuff that they talk back way. Like they say they have cook up. So I'm like, okay, let me have some of this cook up. Like it's the same rice and peas, like we cook rice and peas, but the difference is they have a lot of meats in there.
Yeah.
So instead you get rice and peas, and then meat on the side, and your vegetable, and you have your gravy. You just get everything in one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like, I went home and I tried to eat it. And like the first time I tried to eat it, I feel sick. I was sick with the food.
Yeah.
And then the time I get to go to the supermarket and I start shop, there's a lot of stuff that I can't find in that country. There's a lot of Jamaican stuff that I want. I spent 4 months in that country and I still don't find a browning.
Sabrina, remember I said to you, I've been here for over 20 years. And this summer, I was going to my friend's mother-in-law. It was her birthday, right? And so we're like at the supermarket trying to buy her some wine, and I bumped into Red Stripe, and it was Red Stripe in the can. And I have never seen Red Stripe in the can in all my years of living in England. That was my first time coming across it in the bottle. I always saw it in the I say always, but say in the last under maybe 3 years or something like that, I saw it in the tin, and I was like, I'm not drinking Red Stripe from a tin because it's probably going to taste different. So I never took the risk. And this time was the first time I saw it being sold in the bottle. So that should tell you how far behind England is with certain stuff. Even like stuff like Bigfoot and cheese chips, that only just came to my local shop maybe 2 years ago. Vienna sausage, we always used to get the knockoff version, and I always wonder why you guys keep on selling us the fake version. And this summer again, my local shop started selling the proper Grace sausages. So it's just weird, and it takes you a while to really adjust the culture.
No, you. I'm just showing out to my
Yeah, it
daughter.
takes a while. I can remember the first time when I woke up after coming to London, and I was expecting to get, fried plantain, um, egg, sausage, stuff like that. And I saw them giving me cornflakes and toast. And I was so disappointed. I was like, I don't want cornflakes and toast. Why are you giving me that? And it tasted awful because the milk tastes different. It just don't taste right. I was disappointed.
I'm still disappointed with a lot of stuff, man.
Disappointed. That's why, when people go back home, they gain weight you can go there for 2 weeks and you go back to Jamaica, and because you get so excited at eating proper food, you can taste that this one came straight from the ground. This is not a lab experiment that you're eating. So yeah, it's interesting living overseas, and obviously you experience that. And yeah, the culture there with food, yeah, that's one to keep an eye on. Mr. Roddy. We still got Sabrina. In case few of you are asking what is the caller's name, her name is Sabrina. She's a Manchester United fan, and she did promise to come on the show. So I'm really happy that she's stuck to her promise. I hope you guys have enjoyed the conversation as much as I have. So her name is Sabrina there, for those of you who
Who
are
is
wondering.
that now?
Sorry, say that again for me.
I said, who is that?
Somebody was asking for your name. I can't remember who asked in the comment section. Someone in the comment section. Ryan, good night to yourself, right? Leon, good night. And to the rest of you guys, good night. Tuffy, good night as well. Yeah, someone asked for your name earlier on, Sabrina, but you was halfway through your conversations. I didn't cut you off.
Okay, I understand.
So
what's going on in the comments now?
in the comments, they're loving you. So that's a clear indication that you need to come back or make it a regular. So yeah, they're I'm just saying they love you in the comment section. So you definitely need to make it a regular. I think maybe Richard is looking for a boxing match with you. I'm not sure if he's still in the comment section. But yeah, they definitely like you.
Yeah. I'm gonna be here for a while, as I said. Not before October, before I actually leave this place. So I'm gonna be home most of the time, not doing anything.
Yeah.
Because yeah, not like you. I'm not. Unfortunately, I don't have visa to go to England. Last time I checked, the embassy don't. And last time I heard, the Queen don't want me in England. So let's see what go happen now. Because if the embassy is refusing to give visa, then let's see what go happen now. I don't know about
Maybe
the
it's
king.
just,
What
you
go
know what
happen
it
to
is,
him?
Sabrina. Maybe it's the person that's at the embassy that's holding you up, right? Maybe it's just the person that's, because sometimes it's just like that, you know.
I'm joking. I've never been to the England embassy. Only my daughter is. I never. I don't want to get turned. Obviously, it's not like with some people. Oh, I want to go to England. I'm not saying I don't want to go to England. I'm not saying I won't go. I don't know what God have in store for me, but I don't really see myself in England anytime soon because
it's not on your bucket
I
list.
don't have not on my bucket list, but I don't have a reason to go there as yet because I have to think if I go to England, I probably have to book in a hotel. How long could I stay there? And I'm gonna probably it will cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
But the
it
ticket
is
is
expensive.
expensive. I don't really have family there. Like I have family in America, Canada, I have a lot of family, and I have family around some here and there, a friend around the Caribbean. I don't have that luggage in England, but probably if my daughter get through now, and then I have a reason to come there.
Yeah. How many daughters do you have?
just one. I have a daughter and a son. Obviously, I don't really talk much pertaining to them. Like they lost their dad
Oh,
the
I'm sorry
25th
to
of
hear.
September last year. Yeah,
Last year.
yeah,
I'm really sorry to hear.
yeah. The story is shocking, but sometimes I don't even like. Sometimes I don't even know what to tell her exactly because God make things happen for a reason because the day that he died, he like selling Maple Market and stuff. He's a vendor, not literally a vendor, he's a farm where he planted his stuff and he's like exploring stuff. But there was a time when I talked to him a few like a month before he died. To I went to drop some stuff off for my daughter because my daughter was staying with him for that time period because it was the pandemic. We're doing online school, so she didn't need to be with me. She was doing using her device to be online. And I see him and somebody says something to me, somebody that I know says something to me and tell me to tell him that, oh, we understand that him a make him own money now and so, but him not need for the a certain level. Like somebody was saying, like every week him come to the market, you have other vendors. They know like other people don't dress to go market to sell in the market, but no him over there. So he is. And because the farm gets so big now and money around, I'm not saying people don't supposed to wear their money. So people saying every week him come and market in a new pair of clocks. So people probably been for some reason. I don't know why him keep on doing that. Wasn't my story to tell. But the day my daughter was supposed to go visit him and I was supposed to drop off my daughter after I'm finished cell. Like him said, I must bring her about 4 p.m. in the evening because he normally leave like 6 o'clock. So he called me after 3 the day and told me, say, oh, don't bring her until in the week because he may end up have some more stuff to sell off and he might go reach up late and him don't like to travel at our late.
Yeah.
I'm okay. And I think my mom and my sister was in Hocherias at the hotel for the weekend and my sister texts me and tell me that she heard that him get shot and then I'm like, oh shit.
Wow. I am so sorry to hear.
Supposed to be there and I'm like, what if she was there?
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, right?
Everything happened for a reason. Just robbery though. It was just a robbery. Like somebody come up on him as I heard, or like asking him for the money that him sell, and him decide him not give them the money. So the person grabbed the bag. I don't know if him try to grab back the bag or some stuff like that, but he ended up getting one shot. But a lot of people, instead of helping him, I heard they try to run for cover, so he was losing blood. So when somebody attend to him, he already died. They didn't make it to the hospital in time because a lot of people got scared and run instead of try to help.
I'm really sorry to hear that, and I mean, thank you for sharing the story.
So she's like taking it a little rough. She's like become very hungry. She's mad at me for some reason, like I have something to do with it. So sometimes I'm more like when she's mad, I like to stay my little distance. Sometimes I don't know how to talk to her because sometimes she have some little ways of showing stuff. I don't really understand it, but obviously she have a hunt in England in Birmingham, which I said she's trying to she's saying she's trying to sort some stuff for her to come. So she's supposed to be out of here by December if everything goes through. So now that I'm saying if she make it there, then I would probably get a chance to visit. I have a reason to visit. So at least trying to take one out of my hands. So it's gonna be me and my son, and the bigger one goes and the smaller one stays with me. So now I'm gonna have to decide when I'm going overseas if I'm gonna bring him or I'm gonna have to constantly pay somebody to take care of him. In the meantime, that's what I was doing already, but
we can probably because it's I think with regards to your child's dad, for me, based off what you've said, it just seems like that was his last gift to her in terms of him doing his duty as a dad. And obviously by that I mean him telling you that, you know, he can't take her today, bring her during the week. Because if she was there, I'm not saying that something would have happened to her in terms of her being caught up with the incidents and people firing shots and so on. But you can imagine that that is a traumatizing situation for her. So thankfully she wasn't there to experience none of that, because I'm not really sure that you could put her on the right path to healing and recovery. So that could just be like your final co-parenting decision making, that you both had a decision to make and you made the right decision, in my opinion. You saved her from something that would have been traumatic, and I'm not really sure if you bounced back from that level of trauma. So there's still something good there to think about.
Yeah, it is it is, everybody react to their story different. I remember I was in Brazil, and when I was in Brazil, to be honest, and since him died, that was one a day that took me differently, because I see somebody, and when I come back, I said to my mom that I'm said like the universe is different. I swear I see him in Brazil, not literally him, but I see somebody look exactly like him. But
Yeah.
because if I was delusional, I would probably go to the person and call him by his name, and then that time I break down the whole time because I swear I see him in Brazil, and I
Yeah.
couldn't approach the person. Yeah.
It's really sad, Sabrina. And yeah, I
Life
really,
goes on,
really,
life
yeah,
goes on,
yeah,
and I can't give account for certain things, so I I just don't know. But I'm here living. I have my second chance, so
yeah.
I have to give thanks and do what I can for the kids, and my family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
all
Well,
I
it sounds
can
like
now.
you're
Yeah.
playing the role of super mom at the moment, and I'm sure you'll continue to do exactly that.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't seem that way, because now I have to make a big decision, because I was not even supposed to be in Jamaica at this moment, but I'm here because of my daughter, because there's certain papers that was supposed to issue, and I was supposed to bring her somewhere in the first week of October, so which I have to do for her. So that's one of the reasons I have to stay back. So I'm supposed to leave from Monday.
Yeah.
So I have to extend my time. So I have to making big decision, calling my boss, and let him know this is what I. So there's a little bit, but
Football is the
football is my
escape.
way. Yeah, football is the way. Like sometime when I'm like certain things come to me, like football calm my nerve, just like music.
I
I'm
know.
lover for
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Like my daughter know that when I'm even taking the shower in the bathroom, I have to have one on my phone playing some music. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, I'm like listening music from my phone. Even sometimes I'm in the kitchen cooking and football going on, either with the laptop or one of the phone. Like
Yeah.
I'm that type of person. Music, football. Those things like get me going, keep me going. I'm a lover for football and music.
Amen. Definitely, definitely, definitely. I can agree with you on that. It calms the soul, even though sometimes of the club that we support, they can drive us up the bend. Because they're difficult at times. But yeah, football definitely.
Just like the reggae boys. Like
Oh Jesus.
I'm not saying I don't support them, but I put a cross and said until I see they start winning and consistently, and I see they start doing something different. I don't want nobody sending me no link about no game and who they playing. I don't want to see no squad. I'm tired.
You sound like me. I'm exhausted with the reggae
I'm
boys. It's too toxic for
I'm
me, Sabrina.
I'm I'm too tired. I'm too tired. You don't know. Literally, I'm tired of them. I can't deal with them. I just can't.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So we need some change. We need some positive change. Otherwise, even me as someone that's trying to keep you guys in the loop, I find it so draining and exhausting to give you
Need
guys the content.
we need see the right players getting called up. We need to see the best 11 on the field. We need a coach because obviously I don't see Paul all in the last window, so there is more something being cooked up. We need to get an announcement soon because Argentina already post squad for the 27. We don't have a coach. When the coach go get time to look into place to know who to call up. I don't know what's going on. This country is a shit of a mess.
Yeah, same. It's embarrassing. I'm just glad that we've got female athletes of Jamaica to make us feel proud and to put smiles on our faces. Because without them, we probably will be saying we're not looking towards international sport at any level.
Everywhere. Look at Shelly and Fraser. She just keep going. Look at and you have Sharika coming and you have Elaine, even though she's not having her best season. And I'm not want to criticize nobody, but then look in the man 100-meter. We don't see anybody medaling from Usain Bolt. I haven't seen win a major tournament until Answer Parchment win the 100 earth. I don't know from that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the women them take their sports more serious, take their games more serious than the man. Because I'm not trying. I said I don't come on here to banter anybody, but what I'm seeing probably sometime when you have a lady like probably a Shelly and Frida in the gym and she's working, probably you have I'm not gonna call no name, but I'm just saying you probably have a track and field star probably in a party drinking. I'm not saying.
No, but you're right. You're right, because I've seen that.
Yeah. But I think the man them like they don't feel like they probably don't need to be in the gym as much or be training as much. They go into party, and I have seen I have witnessed I was at a football event. No, our some track meet where certain athletes was in hotel and they leave the hotel and go party in the night and then come back for run the next day, and that can't happen. Like when you're representing the country, whatever country you're representing yourself, whichever, like you have your time to party, you have your time to do all of that. When it's time to represent, you have to be focused, do whatever, keep your mental ready for certain things. What happened? What the hell? You have to be ready mentally. Like I don't know. The woman them like I think they just take their game more serious because with we women, it's not just in sports, but overall, women have to work twice as hard
100%
to be recognized as the man them because you have the guys them like earning more money, probably doing sometimes even doing lesser than the woman. So the woman always have something to prove. So that's where probably the woman more like serious when it come on to certain things than the man them because they don't have to work as hard as the woman them.
No, you're right. You're right, because even just over the past few weeks and without naming any name, I've been seeing this particular athlete, and as the clock strike, morning, sun don't even rise properly, and I'm seeing him with beer in his hand. And I'm thinking, you are so unserious. Why do you have beer in your hand and it's not even midday yet? And one, you're supposed to be an athlete. And then secondly, on top of that, you're smoking weed. And I'm thinking, you would not see that from the female athletes. And you have the audacity. Just goes to show that you have no self-respect for yourself. Forget your country. Because if you don't respect yourself, you're not going to respect your country. You have no respect for yourself because you're actually coming on social media and you're letting the world see what you're getting up to. So I think that I look at this particular athlete and I shake my head because I think you're not going to do well on the world stage. Forget the world stage. You're not even getting past the qualifiers in terms of advancing from national trials. So you're absolutely right. They're a joke. And Usain Bolt made reference to it some years back. And you know what I think as well, Sabrina? I think unlike where we see football in track and field, sponsorship has to take part blame for that. Because when kids are in high school and you're tying them down to that contract, be it your Digicel or your Flow, and you're giving them those Puma contracts and stuff along those lines, it lets them believe as if they've already made it. And you see that in their mentality and how they talk to people around them and how they talk to their fans, because in their mind, that little contract means they've already made it. You've not made it at all. You've just got something to cushion you. So with your Puma contract or with your Flow contract, that take care of your travel arrangement. You're not a millionaire, but because they've got certain attention, both from a sponsorship perspective and also probably women as well, young girls throwing themselves at them. They fool themselves to believing that they've made it and they haven't.
Yeah, it's always like that, not just in sport, but in general. People always like that. People just feel like when they start earning a few dollars, or feel like they have enough money to buy a car, probably a house, and do whatever they like. They just feel like, oh, they start cutting off people. They don't want to be friends with you no more because they don't remember that you and them used to probably drink the same bag. You can't afford a soda. You have to buy a bag to cut it in a two with the ice on the side. You know them Jamaican style.
Yeah.
Buy a bag. Come from school in the evening and you don't have your makeup. You probably one put a $10 and next one put a 10 and you cut a bag juice and a two and drink it and go and buy a $20 bulla. Then remember them days, but as soon as them you probably grow older and one probably excel more than the next, probably have a better job or have you don't want to be you don't want to talk to you no more because you're not on their level, and that's what I don't like about people in general, especially Jamaican people, because I don't have, as I said, I think it was a worldwide thing until I start traveling.
Yeah.
When I realized it's not a worldwide thing. These things that I think is a worldwide thing is a Jamaican thing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. There's something there. Definitely, there's something there. I don't know if it's male ego.
What's wrong with this country? I remember there's a guy that lives around this area that I live in, Rockford. It's not far from me, it's like probably a minute and a half walk. I don't talk to him, he don't talk to me, but he was rude, not me. I think I was there's a park across where I live. I remember when COVID just come in and there was a lot of kids on the road. There was this security guy at the school called Dunnon High School in Kingston. You probably know that Dunnon High School. And he was like passing a day and he's like, "What do you do in this park?" And I'm like, "You know that the park owned by the MP or somebody. It's a park that people go and drag and nobody don't really use it." Same say if me know how to get in contact with them, I try to get contact with him and he say we start a little program. I was in there with him. Start getting some little players to play football, not a big field. I got a skimmage thing, but here and there we come on the big field go and play. So you have stories from some little 12 to we have under 13, under 14, under 15, under 16, and they have over 50 players, different days coming in. So I remember when I went away and I come back, these are my people. I started stuff with them. So there's no way I'm going to come back and just sit over my house knowing that they're playing across from my house and I don't walk and go say hi. I'm not like that. So I remember when I come back and I was talking to the coach and I was seeing what's going on, and he told me that they are a trip to Chilla titled high school. There's a one-day competition, and it was for the under 16 and the under 14, and they need a charter a bus and so and so. So he's trying to say if I could at least pay for 3 kids or so, or contribute something towards the trip, buy some rice, a bag of rice, a jug of Highland, something towards food. So he was talking to me basically about the football guy that live, as I was saying, getting to him now, not far from me. Like him gonna call me, and him call me because most people in the community, like my family, call me Tina because Tina is my pet name. It's like, Tina, what I go on, you come back and thing. I say, yeah, mama, there. I say, I'm like, come here no more. Just do me a favor. I say, give me a second. I'm like, talk to the coach and say, let me hear where I say. I say, if I can do something, not say, you can give me a grand, I'm going to buy some weed. I say, I so talk to you. I'm talking with the coach. I'm going to deal with you in a minute. I'm gonna deal with you in a minute. I'm gonna deal with you in a minute. And him say, all right, him say, give me a number, me a call you back. Me say, as soon as me talk to the coach, I don't have any cash on me. Well, let me just deal with him. Cause me yeah the right here. And it's look disgusting. You see me I talk to him and him need to drop off certain players because as I said, there's players here. We join the camp. Some of them probably have a Bulby, Harborview, and a couple of them have to drop them off. So I'm trying to like finish talk to him, then I will deal with
More
him.
important matters.
Yeah, give me a number, then we go call her. Give him one of my number, the number, not too personal number. Give him one of the number that most people have. Tell him say call me in an hour time or so, I will do it for you. Give him the number, which the phone was already over the house. I was still in the park talking to the coach. The moment he reached home, he started calling my phone. He never even give me time. Them started calling my phone. So as soon as we finished talking with the coach and decide what we go do towards the trip, I didn't spend even 5 minutes talking to the coach. I see him walking around, coming back to me. Yeah, me know hear somebody like, yo, the deal with me, you know, the deal with me, you know. I don't know, tune not travel no one, I can't go far, you know, go like on more than people.
Wow.
Man, I for beg. I said, what? Me I call on your phone now, me I can't be I go straight to voice told him, you see my phone I ring. I said to him, say, look, I don't have my phone on me, my phone inside the house.
It's a real problem.
Yes, and even when I was saying still, I was even when he was tracing me out, cussing me for no reason, I was still insist in my head. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go in for the money." But the moment me not bother give him the money, him go make sure it's accepted. But like you know, me know say come sit up with my friend them for rob you. I can't like you. I tell me about. And I tell me about my mother and them something they know, so them get very rude. So that's why me put the limit and I say, you can't get nothing from me. So come with them.
There's a sense of entitlement there because anyone would think that that's your kid. Not even your kid is entitled to speak to you like that because it's your hard-earned money. And if that's the case, he's a bossy beggar. He is indefinitely a bossy beggar. And if that's the case, as a man, go and find yourself a job. That's one of the things that you've experienced it. And I always say to people that in Jamaica, I said, I wish that you guys could step out of Jamaica and go to a foreign country and come back and see how people treat you. Exactly. Because I've had experience, Sabrina, where, you know, I would come home and I would bring stuff for people. And there was one occasion, and it's just me literally buying stuff for like at least 10 plus different people. And so that's a lot of people to buy stuff for. And then people don't think like, you know, if you're traveling with an extra luggage through airport, that's the extra luggage that you have to pay for. That's about 60 extra pounds that you have to pay for outside of the clothes itself. The man's gonna look at me and when I give him the shirt, Sabrina, mind you, like I don't have that type of connection with you. I'm just doing it to be nice. You're gonna look upon me and say to me, that alone you bring? So I said to myself, Sabrina, I said, I'm glad you said that because from there on, I just strike you off my list. And I said, you make life easy for me next time round because next time round, I know not to bring nothing for you. Because if you bring them a shirt, them want a pants, them want shoes, them want underwear, them even want you to turn around and then put money in their pockets. They don't understand, like when you come to Jamaica and you live in a foreign country, you're coming home for a holiday. You're not coming home to spend money on other people because you don't have it. But they do, and it's not everyone in Jamaica that's like that. There are people in Jamaica that literally do believe that because you live in a foreign country that you have life easy. It's hell over here. I don't know about Sabrina, but there's nowhere in England that you can go and trust something from a shop. You can do that in Jamaica. You can't do that over here.
Anything you want, you have to buy it.
You can't go trust nothing over here. I know life is hard in Jamaica, but stop looking at us like a meal ticket when we come home. Like, let people walk in peace. Let people walk in peace. You don't, and there's some people in their community, you have to wonder why people go and put themselves in hotels because of the way you guys treat them. Literally, you are the reason why people don't show up in their community. And when people used to tell me, Sabrina, that, you know, they go to Jamaica and they stay in a hotel, I'm just like, why do you do that? And then I understood. And then I was just like, okay, now I get it. it's more enjoying when you're away from all the noise and the people that's just there to suck you dry. It's just it's way more fulfilling because a ticket to Jamaica, if you're coming from the UK, depending on the time of the year, if it's peak season, it's over $1,000. It's over $1,000, Sabrina, and that's not even with hotel. It's just the ticket alone is over £1,000 in peak season. So I wish people back home would be a bit more understanding, but they're not. They don't care. Not everybody in Jamaica is like that. Don't get me wrong, but the minority, you guys make it horrible for us.
I'm telling you, like I have held up every time I come back, it's something different. It's something different. It's always something different. Sometimes your family, sometimes friends. It doesn't matter who. Because I remember, I'm like, I know how it feels now to have things.
Yeah.
I know how it feels. I know what my mom was to go through the reasons. I remember, I have a work. I got a link for some work that they need some men work in the Caribbean. I'm like trying to help my two younger brother when I was in Brazil. So I tried to I called them and said, look, get your things together. I'm trying to get you this job. I said, they're like kids working, probably not making a lot of money. I'm like saying to my little brother, do you take out your passport yet? No, I'm going to take it out. So I said, okay. I remember sending them the money to do their passport. And I went and I remember coming here and none of the two of them don't even have it. I'm trying to get you over there. I'm the one taking the responsibility to try to help you. And you telling me that I gave you the money to do what I tell you to do. And when I come here, you don't do it. And then the next thing, you telling me that my uncle come down and he's keeping this dance. And I remember my brother, I pull out some shirt, went buy polo shirt, $18,000 polo cap, 6,000 clocks, 21, and a brag and a books and post on TikTok how much for this. I'm like, you can't afford a passport. You get the money to buy to do the passport, you don't do it. And I told you to try save some money, so in case when I come, I can help you towards buying the ticket. You're not saving, you're partying, you're buying all these clothes. I'm working hard, and I'm not buying some of these stuff, and I'm out here trying to help you, and now you go cuss me out, telling me that me a bad mind, me no want to do nothing for you, me alone want for me move and do stuff. I'm trying to help
Jamaican people different, you know. There are people, but no, they need some help, therapy up and down every single parish, because I don't know why you all so similar. And again, it's not the majority, it's the minority, but the minority make people feel uncomfortable, because how dare you curse someone out because of their own pocket? It's not your pocket. You should feel even more ashamed if you are a man and you're cursing out a woman, a young lady, or an elderly woman because they don't want or they can't financially support you. Like, are you not ashamed? It goes both ways for women as well. Like, get a job. I know it's hard to get a job, but even if you can't get a job, don't pressure people for their things, because you don't know how hard people have to work. Ridiculous. So I'm really sorry that you've had to go through that, but you're not alone. You're not alone in that boat. There's a couple of us in that boat with you.
I'm telling you, Krista, like foreign.
Mr. Beckford, you're listening to Miss Panton. Mr. Beckford's asking. No, he's asking if you've called in yet. I don't think he realized that it's you. Yes, Mr. Beckford, she has called in. You're actually listening to her as we speak. Continue, Sabrina.
Okay, so I was saying like, okay, as I was saying, in Jamaica, there's a lot of things you could do, because I'm telling you, if you don't have food, if you don't have a night dinner, you would probably, not saying everywhere, you could probably get a plate of food from your mom, or sister, or cousin.
There
when
we
you're in
go.
a foreign, or you don't.
It's dog name your supper, Sabrina.
I go and drink water.
I'm laughing because she's right, people. It's not happening over in foreign countries. You can probably walk down the road because chances are you live in the same community as your family, anyways. Walk to your aunt, walk to your cousin, get a plate of food or whatever. You ain't doing that over here. You're not doing that in a foreign country. Most time people don't even want you at their houses, anyways. And things are getting sky
I'm
high.
I'm trying to tell you that out of everywhere that I've been, like the roughest 4 months I spent was in Guyana. I'm not saying it's not a nice place. I wouldn't go back. I met people there that I met two person there that I said, oh, this is my sister, my brother along. We're good because they show me stuff. But I remember when I went there and I decided, oh, I'm gonna stay here. We're gonna stay. We got place to stay, but we didn't get a fan in the room. I think, oh, you got invited to come to work and they tell you, oh, they will provide your room, you have bathroom there, you have kitchen, so everybody have everything. So I think there's certain things was gonna provide in the room. There wasn't any blinds or curtain wherever they know it as. We gotta have to go shop, go buy curtain. You have to get fan. You have to get certain stuff for yourself. So by the time you don't shop with a little bit of US, so you shop with it, and you come to work, you come come to spend money right away. You have to buy all these stuff, get pot, get food stuff, all the money done. You just probably a scramble, or you decide to say, oh, you can't spend all the money because you need this to pay bus fare to go work back and
Mm-hmm.
forth. I remember staying at this place, staying staying there, and I remember never have a freezer yet because I said I buy some stuff, but I was planning on buying a freezer. Me and this person, this girl, she's from Suriname, was staying in the same downstairs, not the same room, but a different room, but in a place that same was 2 room, a kitchen and bathroom, was me and her. So we was planning on getting a freezer, but there was this guy upstairs with a big fridge. He offered us that we could place thing in place thing in his fridge until we get ours. So I remember coming in because I used to work like 10 o'clock in the night and come off 10 o'clock in the morning. So there was a time I buy a whole chicken in the supermarket, and I said I was coming home and cooking the chicken. So I cooked the chicken one time and plate the rest and send it upstairs in the fridge. Eat, and the next day I come in the morning and cook some rice now and went upstairs for the chicken instead of looking at the fridge of mistake. Up till now I find the plate with the chicken. That was the first incident. I'm like, then I look and I search and I search and then I see the plate wash and put up. And him was so disgusted. He couldn't even tell me say him eat the chicken himself up look in the fridge for it. And him know him eat it. So yeah, I have a hard.
Yeah, I remember there was a point where within the space of a year, I lived in 6 different places, and this was whilst I was completing my final year at uni. And remember I was living in a house, one of the craziest houses I've ever lived in. And this lady, she was a little bit different, Sabrina. It's like she was just so odd. She would just do her own thing. Like, she would have moments where Sabrina, the lady, will come home, um, get buy any type of meat. So, say for example, beef. Take it out of the packet. Matter of fact, Sabrina, she would keep it in the packet. So they put it in like a plastic container, right? Take it out the bag, put it in the take off the wrapper, put it in the oven, and you've noticed that I've not said washed it. So she wouldn't wash it, she wouldn't season it, just put it in the oven. That's her business if that's how she eat. But here's the thing, she would then turn on the oven and go to bed. So it would be down to the housemates, the rest of us, to keep an eye on her food, because if not, the whole place just burn up. Another thing that she did was a bit like you. I remember coming home one day, and I think this was when I had like maybe a late start for work. So I came down now. When I was at uni, I was studying a full time and working part time. So before I start work, I went to go and make something to eat. When I open up the fridge, Sabrina, it's a bit like you, it's a shared fridge. Open up the fridge now to see my bacon. Sabrina, please tell me why my brand new bacon that was bought just the night before, please tell me why it's open. And I knew exactly who did it. So I marched to her and I said, hey, look, you have 5 minutes to go and replace that bacon. And it was replaced. And what I hate is shared fridges. I don't like shared fridges because people take liberties. People will go and eat your food. They won't replace it. Look how the man wicked. The man eat your food, Sabrina, and then tell you to go and have a look in the fridge. At least he had the decency to wash up.
He did me some dirt. I'm swear, he did me some dirt over there.
I am so sorry, but at least he's polite with his wickedness. At least he did the washing up. But yeah, I don't like shared fridges when you don't know the people. You don't really know who you're dealing with. So I don't like shared fridges. If anybody's planning on moving out, I'd advise you all to get your own little bedside fridge freezer. So something that's about this high.
Small one.
Yeah, get your fridge
remember.
freezer for your room, because you get if you share with people you don't know, you're in trouble, guys. You're in big trouble.
I remember going to work the night, because as I said, I cooked the rice and ready for the meal because I was supposed to go in at 10 o'clock. And the bus system there just like ridiculous. Sometimes I have a call taxi. I normally said I come out at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I reach probably 11, 12 o'clock, and then I would probably take shower, do the stuff, sleep, set my phone alarm about 5:45 or 7 o'clock, sometimes depends, and get up and probably just make something fast and rush.
Mm-hmm.
I was preparing something to bring to work. I have to call one of my co-worker now and said, you had one of the person that I was supposed to work night shift. I'm said, if you're ordering anything, call a Chinese restaurant, buy a lo mein for me, or a chicken fried rice or something. Cause I'm like, and he's like, oh, I thought you said you're going home to make some rice. I'm like, I used to feel so embarrassed to go to work, and sometimes I'm like, everybody in the workplace like always bringing them stuff, but every time me have to call and force them for order food for me. So like, I start talking to them now and then, like expressing what's going on to me, where I'm at, and then things start to change, and
it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, and I remember this nice guy. He's young. He's 19. I think he went home and feel sorry for me and go home and tell him mommy about me. Say, oh, this Jamaican girl that I was working with, this and that happened in turn. And mom said, okay, don't worry, come stay with us until you're ready to go back to Jamaica. You just
oh, that's sweet. That is beautiful.
And I remember leaving some stuff to wash and stuff. Sometimes I went home like, oh, this is impossible. I can't allow that. She's like literally taking up my laundry. I'm always seeing my laundry wash, my work clothes.
Oh, there's some lovely people out there, Sabrina. There's some lovely people.
When I come in the morning, like me and him son like take the taxi, because there's a taxi that bring him home like in the morning, take shower already. Breakfast is there, and she's like, you gotta heat your food before you sleep. Most of the time when I used to come in, I don't get time to eat because I have to prepare my own food. I would just like sleep and wake up, then get something to eat.
Yeah, I'm glad you're letting people know it's not
breakfast and then go to work. And I'm like telling you, so I said like there's people that I have to like keep contact with, that remember what happened.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
But I'm telling you, they're nice. They're so nice people over them. Like, oh, being in the house and see him and his sister live, and I'm like, how me and my sister them can't live? So what wrong with we?
No, it's that's the one of the things I would say to people, Sabrina. Mr. Galaxy says that he's sharing a fridge. Mr. Galaxy, I'm urging you. This is the trick to it, guys. Buy your fridge that you could place in your room. Like I said, no higher than this right here. So that's a decent sized fridge, because that's something that I've got for myself.
Yeah, and when you go overseas, man, you have to be tough, because yeah, people like to take advantage of you, because I'm telling you, like, because I was using him fridge for a little while. I'm telling you, this guy used to like one taxi
Mm-hmm.
every sometime in the morning. Like sometime I'll come in from work and tired and I sleep, knock me up. Hey, Sabrina, you don't have anything down here for eat. If me have a bread, like me have a share the bread. Anything me have a split in at all.
Yeah. But I was saying, the trick that I figured out, guys, all those essentials that you need if you're just moving out, because everyone's circumstances is different, buy all of that in your sales, guys. So you wait for your Boxing Day sales to get your the most important thing I think for you guys is your fridge freezer. And you can do a microwave as well, but microwave can come last. Your cutleries, a lot of people don't realize when they're moving out, you need your cutleries, you need your knife and your forks and your frying pan and something that you can cook your rice in and something separate for your meat. Those are your essentials. The fridge, that's a bonus. If you can treat yourself to a fridge, get that in like your Boxing Day sales or your Black Friday sales. You gotta be strategic with these things, guys, because fridge freezers, even though they're small, for their size, invaluable, essential to have, but they are pricey. So get those in your Black Friday sales. And it's one of my best purchases. Is that's how you know
Yes,
you're an
because it's
adult. It's one of my proudest purchase. A fridge freezer is one of my best purchases, guys. It's so crazy. So get your fridge freezers. And it makes life easier because you can just have it in your room and it's, yeah, whenever you're ready, just go in your fridge freezer and get what you need. So Mr. Galaxy, all the rest of the guys in the comment section, save up and get your fridge freezer.
It doesn't easy. It's not easy to leave your country and go in a fresh country. First, if you're not going around family, it's not like you have your mom, your father, your uncle, your sister, or somebody. Especially when you're going into a strange place, you have to make sure you have to have you have to have what you need. Plus, you have to have enough money in you because sometimes it could be tricky. Even though you're probably going to work, because normally when you go overseas and you work, you don't get paid your first pay bill. Sometimes you have to work the whole first month before you get the first pay check. Before you start getting paid probably weekly or fortnight. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And you have people how like everything they do for you want them to pay you. Yeah. I'm telling you, like it was rough. Like one of the time, like my call my madam, like mommy, like feel like me I go come out, I can't deal with this place. Me wait until him decide to send me somewhere different. Like I can't deal with it because this man used to torment my spirit so bad. One time I don't remember. I promised him. I remember him saying one go some stage show and I promised him was $10,000 in Guyana dollars and I was at the hotel working. I was like, this man left him yard, come on my workplace, come call security, ask him my name, come downstairs.
There's crazy people all over. There is crazy people, but the whole point, guys, you already carry on.
Come downstairs now, come downstairs. And I was like, oh, you're gonna work and you know, say tonight at the stage show you promised me money. I think it was something happening, when I got a call to come downstairs. So somebody from where I'm staying, and like when I went downstairs, I didn't even bring a purse or anything. I just come downstairs because I was told to come downstairs. Somebody was down there to see me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was so embarrassed.
Yeah, these things can happen when you live overseas. I hope you guys have been listening carefully to know.
I was so embarrassed.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel embarrassed. I mean, if anything, he should feel embarrassed. But the guys in the comment section, I hope you're listening and just understand that life overseas is just hell. Obviously, you can argue and say that it's better. There are more opportunities than being in Jamaica, but it's tough.
Yeah, actually, as I said in the last part, I actually enjoy myself because I met a right people.
Yeah.
But all the places I've been through, I haven't been through anything like that. That's just the only place I've been through a little bit of roughness. But I was already built for it because I was already understand how to live outside of my comfort zone. But,
yeah,
sometimes when you just, you just can't say nowhere if somebody say you just jump. Not like you go jump because you know you are not gonna jump, but
Yeah.
you don't want the person to feel bad or they just keep what the first time they ask you give them and the second time you probably give them and they just realize you every time they ask for something else constantly
You're gonna give
that
it.
was you using, but anyway, I made it out of that. And
I'm
I
glad.
enjoy the rest
I'm
of
glad.
my few months
I,
there. Yeah.
I'm not sure where your next country is going to take you or where your next journey is going to take you, but I hope that it's your best chapter yet. Because we're edging
Now
towards.
I'm going back to the States.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that that's your best chapter yet. We're all edging towards, hopefully, by the grace of God, we all make it into next year, guys. Listening and the guys in the comment section. And yeah, hopefully for all of
Yeah,
us,
because it's football. So you go with Australia.
heavy. Hopefully, it's our best year yet. Both personally, from a business standpoint, health wise, financially, the whole lot. Guys, I've got about 5 more minutes with you all. So if you have any final questions for Sabrina, send them
I was
her way.
checking out some ticket price from different New Zealand.
I don't know if
The
they have any
ticket price
questions there for
between
you,
that
Sabrina,
is
but
very
I'm giving them another 5 minutes until I close off. We've done about 2 hours and 39 minutes on the live so far. So if you guys have any final questions, let us know. And if you're just tuning into the live stream or you've missed everything that we discussed with the Reggae Girls, and you already know how we do once we've come to the end with the topic, we usually go off and talk about something random, but within reason. So I hope that all makes sense to you guys. So I got another 4 minutes left, and then I'm going to close off. But before I forget my manners, thank you to those of you who are watching either silently or active in the comments section.
I don't think Preston Mark Marner is better than another Salone. That's a joke. I'm not saying she don't have the potential to be, but that's a joke. She's not better than another Salone. You haven't seen her play. No, she's not.
So guys, thank you again for sitting and listening to the live stream. I think I'll probably have to get myself something to eat. Although, what is the time? 2:45 a.m. But I might have a little nibble, might have a little snack because I am a little bit peckish, guys. Rashid. I am up late tonight. Yes, I had to go and do a live stream. Sabrina and Rochelle both asked me when am I doing another live stream. So here I am. And I am here with absolutely zero regrets. If I didn't click on your comments, guys, definitely not even probably, I just didn't see it. Kevin Smith, nothing but love for you, Kevin Smith. Mr. Stennett as well. I can't name the athlete, unfortunately, for obvious reason. Donovan, big up yourself. So guys, we've got another 2 minutes. So what's your final comments there, Sabrina, before we close off?
Thanks to everybody in the comments who stayed on the program, who stayed on the show, even when I was talking.
Now they enjoyed listening to you.
Even I was talking about non-football, which is a football program. But thank you for staying on the show, and thank you, Crystal, for having me. And hope the next time I come on, it would be something more entertaining.
No, it was entertaining. I enjoyed. Thank you for being a woman of your word and sticking to your guns. Definitely enjoyed listening to you, and it's nice to talk to another woman as well. I'm not saying I don't like talking to the guys, but it is usually me talking to another guy, which I don't mind. Definitely don't mind, but it's nice to talk to another woman about football and other stuff that we can all relate to. So thank you so much for blessing me with your time.
Yeah, you're welcome, and until another time.
I'm gonna hold you to that. Well, you know how it works now, Sabrina. So, Mr. Beckford says he enjoyed listening to you. You know how it works now. So, whenever you want to call in,
How it work? How it works? Oh, I know what to do. Just
you
send
know
me a
what to
message.
do. Yeah, you can call in whenever, or you can send me a message, even if it is like nothing to do with the show as well.
I can't call in whenever because if you're not live, how am I gonna call in?
Clever, very clever. If that's the case, then
Oh,
you can message me if I'm not live, and that goes for anyone. If you guys want to message me and I'm not live, feel free to drop me a message and I'll obviously respond. You don't have to wait until I'm live to start a conversation with me. Yeah, Rochelle says it's good to listen to another woman. I agree, Rochelle. 100% agree. It's refreshing. Again, no disrespect to the guys. I love you guys to bits, but it's just refreshing to hear another woman's opinion.
okay.
So, yes,
Tomorrow. It's already tomorrow in England.
it is already tomorrow in England, definitely. It's almost 3 a.m. But yeah, you can drop me a message tomorrow or whenever you feel like it. And likewise, I'll do the same.
Okay, save the number.
I've saved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've definitely saved it. I can see the red stripe bottle, so yeah, I've 100% saved it.
Okay, I went to a party. That was a party too.
Yeah, I've 100%
Okay,
saved it.
good night, good night. Good night to everybody on the panel. Good night. Hope to see you another time. And good morning, Crystal. Hope you have some rest. Get some rest before you're going out.
I will.
See you on the next live.
Definitely. I'll
I
hold
will
you to
let you
that,
know when I'm
Sabrina.
ready. I will make sure call you after here and there and give you a shout out.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. You've got the number, so that's what I'm saying. You can utilize it. You don't have to call me just for the purpose of talking about the show. You can talk to me strictly like off the record stuff. So we don't always have to just talk about the show.
Okay, we can discuss first. We can discuss about certain things football after here too.
Yeah, definitely stuff. Even if it's not football related, we can just talk about whatever. And if it's off the record, then it's obviously off the record. It doesn't get mentioned publicly, and so on.
Okay, bye.
Okay then. Good night. Take care.
Yeah, almost 2 hours.
It was literally almost 2 hours. That was magnificent. That was the first ever female caller. That was very rewarding. So that was great. It's been a good week, my side, guys. When did I speak to Rochelle? I think I spoke to Rochelle on Sunday, and then today I'm speaking to Sabrina. So it's great. So if you happen to be a female subscriber, please make yourself known in the comment section. Take up the courage to phone in. And I'll leave the floor to you. I'm not really here to ask you the question. I'm not going to ask you a question unless I see the opportunity to ask you a question, but it's more about you having your say. Tonight was dedicated to you guys, specifically opening up the phone lines and also the live stream for you guys to come and have your say. Wasn't really about hearing from me tonight, so I hope that worked well. Judging by what you guys have said in the comment section, you enjoyed the show, and we're gonna be doing more of the same as we edge closer and closer to Down Under. Couple of stuff here that I want to go through with you guys before we close off on the show. Before it slips my memory, so let's see, what is it I wanted to talk about? Let me see something here, guys. Bear with me. Guess I should start off. Let's see. I've already given you guys the date for the women's FIFA Women's World Cup draw, right? Just to reiterate that one, it takes place next month on the 22nd. So that's the 22nd of October. And see if I can switch over to the shared screen. I haven't done a shared screen. So let's end with a little shared screen with you guys. As you can see here already, all important stuff. 27 nations already assured of their places at Australia and New Zealand. Next year's Women's World Cup, 5 slots remain up for grabs. 3 nations will qualify via the Intercontinental Playoffs. And that is where we wish Haiti best of luck. Would be great if they go and pull off a Cinderella moment there and qualify for the World Cup. Would love to see another Caribbean nation at next year's World Cup. I love this, but I don't love it too much. I think they need to bring Bunny to the front. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, lovely graphic. USA, they're the current reigning queens of the world. Who do you guys think is going to be the queen of the world come next year in Australia and New Zealand? Let me know. We're gonna be chatting a lot over the next couple of months about the Women's World Cup. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go, Mr. Scott. I know what that means. What time is it? 6 minutes to 3 a.m. All right, guys. Thank you so much for blessing me with a moment of your time. I don't know how you guys do it. You guys are always giving me the right amount of energy. I love and appreciate you guys so much. I could never repay you. Past almost 3 hours. You're not gonna get those 3 hours back, guys. So that's what I'm saying. I can never repay you. Time is not something I can repay you guys with, but I'll try and repay you with giving you good content, right? I'm going to be sticking to my guns. I know I said I'll be giving you more content on women's football over here for this season, and I will. It's going to be a bit of a slow start, a slow burner, because I am committed to a couple of things here and there. And as you know, certain priorities have to come first. That's why it's called priorities. But as soon as I'm free and able to bounce around and give you guys those bespoke content, I will. Good night to all of you in the comment section, and to those of you who are silently watching. It's Friday here in the UK, so I guess I can say the weekend has finally arrived. Take care if you are out and about making your way home from work or personal business. I hope that you make it home safe and sound. Those of you, when the Friday comes, enjoy your Friday. And I should be seeing you over the weekend. If I don't see you over the weekend, I'm not really sure why you guys would let that happen. I hope you have a fabulous weekend when it comes. And if I don't see you for the fresh, brand new week, I hope you have a smashing week. When that dreaded Monday morning comes, I hope you smash it out the park. Yes, she does speak patois, guys. She definitely speaks the mother tongue, the Jamaican mother tongue. That is. Mr. Beckford, definitely want to hear from you on the next show, sir. Mr. Scott, I've got my eye on you. Rochelle, got my eye on you as well. I think you all know the reason why I'm saying that. I'm not going to reiterate your promises, your individual promises, but I've definitely got I'm giving you guys until, let me be fair. I'm going to give you guys until now and the World Cup to get yourselves comfortable where you can say, yeah, I'm phoning in. All right. So Beckford says he's not getting a notification. I think we need to put for a complaint with YouTube, guys, because they're fighting against us at the moment. All right. So, guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you again for blessing me with a moment of your time. Thank you to my special guest, Miss Panton. Thank you for gracing us with your voice and your knowledge. A warm thank you as well to Mr. Richard Stevens. So, Sir Rich and Miss Panton, hopefully you guys can see eye to eye so I can put you both on a panel at some point in the future. If not, oh well, we'll live. Take care, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you haven't hit that like button, what exactly are you waiting on? Have a lovely evening, guys, and enjoy your Friday when it comes. Take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.